You got it.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Gulf Shores, Alabama. And sorry, I didn't write down the name of this field. We're at the Gulf Shores Sportsplex. The field does have a name, but we are not in the best situation we've ever been in. We are actually sitting in the bleachers with a tailgating tent over us. Actually sitting on an aluminum bleacher tonight. Not exactly what you'd expect for a state semifinal football game, but yet here we are. We were set up over on a deck that had a tent over it, as we were told we would be, with a table. And then we got bumped out by the radio station. So here we are. But tonight, of course, won the state. We're having some feedback. I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully we get those technical difficulties worked out here in a moment. And but anyway, Gulf Shores comes in 13-0, ranked number 1. They were the final poll of the Alabama High School Athletic Association Sports Writers Poll. They have the closest game they played this year, I believe, was 17-0. That was a victory over UMS Wright. Gulf Shores has been very opportunistic this year, as they have scored points in most any way you can imagine. Their defense has been effective scoring points. They've scored a lot of points in the special teams. The man to watch out for there is number 2, Ronnie Royal. He is a senior, listed at 5'10", 180 pounds. He is listed as an athlete, a cornerback, and a punt returner and a kick returner. Against Charles Henderson alone, he had not that game. Against BC Rain in the final game of the regular season, he had 3 kick returns for touchdowns alone in the first half of that game. He had 2 kickoff returns and a punt return for touchdown. He is a very electric playmaker for them. He will play the slot. He'll play receiver. He'll run up in the backfield at times. He's very effective, along with his running mate, Colin Wilson. Colin is a junior running back, listed at 5'9", 175 pounds. Wilson's stats coming into the game are very impressive. Matter of fact, both of them are. But Wilson, the junior running back, he has 177 carries on the season for 1,647 yards. That's 9.3 yards per touch for the season. That averages 126 yards per game rushing. He has 25 rushing touchdowns on the season over 13 games, so he alone averages almost 2 touchdowns per game. On the ground, rushing TDs, he has 27 all totaled, so I'm assuming he has a couple of kick return touchdowns as well, but 27 touchdowns scored for him overall. Ronnie Royal, on the other hand, as we mentioned, he has scored 23 touchdowns this year. He has 766 yards rushing, 436 yards receiving. He is a Swiss Army knife for the Gulf Shores Dolphins. He does a little of everything. He is a full-time defensive player, partial to full-time offensive player. Their quarterback is actually a freshman, Judd Harris, but he has played for them the entire season. He has 1,009 yards passing, 7 passing touchdowns, only 4 interceptions on the season. So he is averaging about 78 yards through the air per game. But overall, this Gulf Shores team has been a predominantly running attack, as they have they're averaging over 200 yards rushing per game, while passing, as we said, for about 78 yards. Actually, I guess the reserves have thrown the ball some. They're averaging 231 yards on the ground per game, 107 yards through the air, so 339 yards total offense per game for Gulf Shores. Not exactly what you'd expect from the number 1 team, undefeated in the state, but they've scored so many points by special teams and defense. Against Charles Henderson alone in the second week of the playoffs, they had 3 interceptions that were returned for touchdowns. So 3 pick sixes, 21 points of the 41 they scored in the game were scored by the defense. There were 10 more points that were scored off of turnovers, 5 turnovers altogether for Charles Henderson in that football game. Eufaula, 135 yards rushing per game, 218.5 yards through the air, so 353.6 yards of offense for Eufaula. So Eufaula's offense actually averages 15 yards per game more offense, while scoring. Gulf Shores gets the edge in the total points per game by a slim margin, 38-34. But if you look at it, it's Eufaula comes in 10-3. Of course, Eufaula's played a pretty tough schedule in the year. As we well documented, lost that first game on the road to Enterprise, a 7A Enterprise, who did make the second round of the Class 7A playoffs, then lost in the fifth week of the season at Pike Road, a game that the Tigers turned the ball over 5 times, then lost at Charles Henderson, a game the Tigers had turnovers that really factored into the outcome of that game as well. So tonight, Doug, if the Tigers want to have success and get out of here with their 11th victory of the season and stamp their ticket to Tuscaloosa, they're going to have to play a clean game, and they cannot afford turnovers. They're also going to have to keep the ball away from Mr. Royal. You can't let him return any kicks.
Yeah, it's just amazing when you look at their stats, how clean they've played all year, and especially during the playoffs. So, I mean, it's going to take a great effort. And we talked about, everybody knows the stories about this year. It's been going around about Gulf Shores and their players and such as that, which, the state's, I guess, still working on that. Who knows? But it amazed me when, like we talked about the coaches show last night, a few weeks ago, finding out that they had Edenfield at offensive coordinator. I mean, he's coached extensively at the college level. Their head coach came from 2 or 3 different college head coaching positions over time. And the defensive coordinator playing for Atlanta coach for the Atlanta Falcons.
He was a defensive coordinator for 4 seasons for the Falcons. He actually coached linebackers in 2007. In the 8, 9, 10, 11 seasons, he was the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. He left there and became the defensive coordinator at Auburn. So he has been around. He's coached New York Jets. He's been defensive coordinator at Notre Dame. He was at Notre Dame 14, 15, and 16. So, I mean, that's a pretty impressive pedigree, and he's going to be calling the defensive formations across the sidelines from us here.
And they're paid well, very close to what we understand, 6 digits, and doesn't even teach class from my understanding. So they could have put some of that money in this facilities, put some handrails or some broadcast spots up for us up here. Would have went a long ways. But a soggy field. We'll get Jimmy to report on that in a few minutes. John Wayne not able to be with us tonight. Jimmy Simmons is going to handle our sideline broadcast tonight. Let us know what's going on the sidelines. Hopefully we got everything lined up on that. It has been a crazy night. We got set up and then had to move everything abruptly right before we went on the air. So we've been scrambling here the last few minutes, and I think we've got everything worked out. If not, just tell Charles in the comments, and we'll work to see what we can do about fixing it.
Yeah, and if you're listening to us at home, Doug was mentioning about the coaching staff. We'll mention that one more time before we leave it. But Mark Hudson, the head coach, who is in his 3rd year, I think, here at Gulf Shores. I think 21, 22, 23, I think is his 3rd year, I believe.
I think they went 10-2 or 11-2, 10-2, I think, last year. Was the first winning season in a while, but I'm not sure about 3 years ago, but I know he had a successful year last year. I think they lost to Faith in the 2nd round, maybe 3rd round last year. And this is the first time ever that Gulf Shores High School has been to a semifinals game.
That's right. And but Hudspeth, if you want to take a moment, if you got a second, to Google Mark Hudspeth, Coach Mark Hudspeth. He was a coach at University of North Alabama for 7 seasons. He had a 13-1 season, a 12-2 season, 2 11-win seasons, and a 10-win season while at North Alabama, winning 66 games, almost averaging 10 games won per year. He moved from there to Louisiana Lafayette, and he was head coach there for 6 years. And his overall record there, he had 4 9-win seasons, but he had to vacate 22 games because of NCAA infractions. He moved from there to Austin Peay. In his lone season at Austin Peay, he went 11-4, but was dismissed also from Austin Peay for undisclosed violations. So,
anything to do with townhouses?
I have no idea. It didn't. What the information I looked at did not elaborate on that. So, but that brings us tonight. But a very good coaching staff when you talk about X's and O's and getting the guys ready to play. He's had success at all levels. And so Gulf Shores, as we said, 13-0 on the season, ranked number 1, has not played a close game tonight. So if the Tigers can play a clean game, keep this close, then that would be uncharted territory for Gulf Shores because they haven't played a close game all season. Last year they went 11-2 last year. They bowed out in the third round of the playoffs. They actually got lost to Faith Academy. Probably they thought they'd play Faith Academy tonight, or Demopolis, but such was not the case. The season before that, the Dolphins, in his inaugural season, Hudspeth, did win 6 games. They finished 6-4 and did not make the postseason. So this is the third year here for Mark Hudspeth. But Eufaula, their stats coming into the game, we talked about the three-headed monster on offense. Now, some other guys have really developed as the season's rolled along, but 3 seniors really lead the way for the Tigers. That would be quarterback Browning Anderson in his first year under center for the Tigers. He has 2,330 yards through the air, 20 touchdowns with 8 interceptions, 8 rushing touchdowns for Anderson. Unfortunately, we don't have his rushing stats, but we know he topped 150 yards against Pell City this year. He's had, I think he had 88 yards, if I'm remembering correctly, in that second round victory over Faith. So Anderson has gotten it done with his legs. He probably, in total offense, is up somewhere around 2,800 yards, we would estimate, of offense total. Marquia Red Harris, the senior running back, 1,216 yards on the ground for Harris, and 15 touchdowns on the ground, 186 carries. So Harris with an outstanding senior campaign. He's been good for the Tigers for a couple of years now. Antron Mitchell, the senior wide receiver, 1,076 yards receiving for Antron Mitchell, 9 touchdowns on 51 receptions. So about every 5th time that Mitchell touches the football, he scores a touchdown. About every 12th time that Harris touches the football, he scores a touchdown. Defensively, the Tigers are led by Jaquavius Moss with 98 tackles, 13 tackles for loss. Shamarion Smith, the other linebacker, with 80 tackles on the season. So Eufaula, with a very successful season, coming in at 10-3. Not many people around the state are giving the Tigers, not many people outside of Eufaula, let's say, are giving the Tigers any chance of winning this game. As a matter of fact, some of the sports writers in the area down here said it would be a miracle if the Tigers came out victory. This was the surest thing to a lock of all the playoff games being played tonight. So the Tigers really are going to be playing, like I said, not the best conditions. Rain was expected here tonight. It's rained during the day, but we've been down here for about 3 hours now, and it's not been raining while we've been here, although the roads were wet, and it's obvious it's been raining during the course of the day. The field, very soggy. Matter of fact, there's a sheen to the field out there. You can see in some areas. I'm sure that is moisture or water. So probably the footing will probably be an issue tonight. And as we count down to
no, we can go to Jimmy and find out about the footing.
I guess so. Yeah, Jimmy, are you down there? Can you hear us? You're walking around. I can tell you looking down at the field. Tell us about the condition.
Yeah, it's a lot of moisture on the field, but it feels pretty stable. Like it's not real slick. So I don't know how that's going to translate, but the field's probably going to get really torn up. Where they were warming up tonight, you can see a lot of the footprints and stuff over here where they were warming up in pregame. So probably going to get chewed up pretty ugly as the game goes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I had an opportunity to watch the game with Charles Henderson a couple of weeks back, and it was it was not the best track then, and of course it was dry then. It had not rained, but the field is just not what you expect. They've got a little bit longer growing season down here than we've got in Eufaula. They're a little lower latitude than we are, but the field just is not set up to drain. Apparently, it wasn't set up right to begin with.
Yeah,
so,
there's not a big crown on the field. I don't know if y'all can see that from your vantage point, but there's not a big crown on the field, and it looks like they've overseeded it with rye. That's what's green. The grass is really not green, but the rye is.
Yeah, so, and maybe the rye is not doing quite as well down here in the warmer climate than it is doing Eufaula, because Eufaula's field is also overseeded with rye. Of course, Andrew Dunson does an excellent job with Tiger Stadium in the field there. So, Jimmy, we appreciate it. We'll be coming back down to you later on. We appreciate you filling in for John Wayne tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
So, as we count down to the kickoff, we're looking at the stats for both teams coming into this game. We said 39. We actually said 38 points per game for Gulf Shores. They're actually averaging 39.2. Eufaula 35.2. But as we said, Gulf Shores with a lot of points that are manufactured from their special teams and from defense. Last week we saw Eufaula had a very big The special teams really came up big for Eufaula last week as it was a safety and then the good kick return on the safety kick, and then the Tigers punched that good field position into a touchdown and 2-point conversion. Tigers actually scored 10 points, basically because of their special teams. And then it was 3 excellent punts by Browning Anderson that pinned Demopolis inside their 5-yard line, their 2-yard line, actually 3 times. One led to the safety, one led to the field position that converted into the winning field goal by Cooper Wingate. So, but if you look at it defensively, this is where the game really shapes up here. We talked about the outstanding athletes for Gulf Shores, the threats. That would be Ronnie Royal, number 2, Colin Wilson, number 6. But really, the tail of the tape tonight is going to be the Eufaula offense against the Gulf Shores Dolphin defense. Gulf Shores only giving up 9.5 points per game coming in. And a stat we saw, Headland scored 14 points last week, Doug, but all 14 points came against the reserves after the game. It was 35-0, and the game was essentially over with.
And if Beauregard, didn't Beauregard score 7, I think?
They scored 7, but it was the same way.
Okay, yeah, same way with late folks.
And
while we have a second, Keith, we fail to do this a lot of times. We're here at the Brown Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth, and Charles is going to join us. He keeps up with it every week and runs our ticker for us. And we want to thank all our sponsors and the sponsors that came on this past week to allow us to bring this game to you. Charles, who we got?
All right, we have Chick-fil-A, Precision Body, First Franklin, Glover Agency, Benny Whitehead, Impressive, 15 APEC Building, Penn and Sebring, Mid-South Bank, Lauren Streeter, Alpha, Pam Freeman, Richard Wingate, the Clayton Record, Brown Heating and Cooling, Stephen Bryan, Medical Center Barber, Lindsay
Beam, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Lindsay Beam, that's correct.
Yeah, and have Ricky McGilvery again. Ricky sponsors everything that we asked of Ricky, and we sure appreciate that, along with the other sponsors. But Jimbo Watson, Glover Funeral Home, Jason and Emily Curran, and Hey Y'all.
Yeah, I would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
And you forgot Lucy.
Oh, Jason, Emily, and Lucy Curran.
Yeah.
Better not forget Lucy.
And we appreciate those, Jason, Emily, and Lucy. Hey, y'all, the Glover Funeral Agency, Ricky McGilvery stepped up, along with Lindsay Beam and the Medical Center Barber. Keith, I'm forgetting somebody.
Jimbo Watson?
Yeah, Jimbo. I thought it was 6, but maybe it was just 5. I'd have to look at the list, but we appreciate them stepping up this week. If the Tigers are able to win this game.
Did you say Stephen Bryan?
Yeah, Stephen was a sponsor. He stepped up at the start of the playoffs this year, and we appreciate him. And you got Benefield Heating and Cooling. I don't know if we hit that one, but sideline report, and we appreciate all of them doing that. It makes it possible. Now, folks, you want to talk about rough, the state, I guess it would be 7.5 times as much next week to do one game. They really get us on the championship game. So we make it that far. We appreciate all our sponsors. We'll figure out a way to do it, and we'll definitely have it for you. If the winner of tonight's game, whether it be Eufaula or Gulf Shores Dolphins, will play next Thursday night. I think it's at 7 p.m.
I think so.
In Tuscaloosa at Bryant Denny Stadium for the 5A championship against the winner of Ramsey Gadsden.
No, it's
Ramsey. Whoever it was at Be Pleasant Grove.
I had it. And,
but they're probably doing the same thing with us. I mean, if you listen to the sports writers, they've already penciled in Ramsey and Gulf Shores just off of the records. But that's okay. We've been overlooked many a times before.
That's right. David was a 40-point underdog to Goliath as well. So, we play some pretty good football, have a lot of tradition in Eufaula comparatively. This is just the 24th season of Gulf Shores football, their first ever region championship, Doug, and I think this is only a 5th trip to the playoffs. So So they have won 6 playoff games total in the history of the school, including the 3 this year. So only three playoff games won prior to this year. So, they've got a great team this year, but you lace them up and you play it between the lines, and we'll see what happens tonight. Eufaula's going to need to tackle we talked about the Eufaula offense against the Gulf Shores defense, but it's also going to be Eufaula's defense trying to tackle the 2 elusive skill guys, Royal and Wilson, for Gulf Shores.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. Won't be no arm tackling tonight. They'll just keep right on going if that's what happens. But Tigers are going to have to play a complete game. I mean, from here on out, this game, and if they're fortunate enough to play next week, they've got to play the best. You can't limit mistakes. You can't. It's hard to overcome at this level. Tonight, I'm not sure if it is a good news. It's a grass field, not a turf field, which we haven't done that great on this year. The bad news is it's soggy. Jimmy gave you the report. We were talking to Coach Fornegay beforehand. Earlier, it was just real gushy in places. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You got to weigh in kicking games and cutting, and I really don't know. We do know this. The big key in this game is going to be the fact that the Dolphins love to blitz. They're going to blitz from somewhere every play. They may blitz everybody. They think they can get to the quarterback before he can. If he doesn't have that first receiver to throw to, they're going to get to him and make the tackles the way they look at it. It's going to be if the Tigers can pick up the blitz or where it's coming from or be able to make them pay. That's going to be huge in this game.
Yeah, and had a chance to watch some of the BC Rain game 4 games back, the final regular season game. And TJ Yeldon's relative is playing quarterback, excellent athlete for BC Rain. They blitzed him. He got away from it at times. He threw and had some receivers behind the defense. They weren't able to convert but one of those. And so it'll be imperative for the Tigers to be able to come up with some of those. We'll step aside for the playing of the national anthem. Be back with more pregame after this.
Medical Center Barber Family Care Clinic, located at 825 West Washington Street, Suite 7 in Eufaula, is a proud supporter of Eufaula Tiger football. Nurse practitioner Lindsay Bean takes pride in caring for her hometown and their medical needs. Hours of operation are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Friday from 8 to 12. New patients are welcome. From a minor injury to a medical condition, the staff at Family Care Clinic is ready to serve you. Call today at 688-7412. Stephen W. Bryan, candidate for Barber County Commission, District 2, is a big supporter of Eufaula Tiger football. Stephen lives, works, worships, and shops in our county, and his motto is, I am here. He plans to be accessible to the people of his district and will share his personal email and phone numbers. Stephen says, I ultimately will answer my God for the choices I make and take that seriously. I will be teachable, respectful, genuine, a man of integrity, and above board in every decision I make for the betterment of the whole of Barber County. Paid for by the Friends of Stephen W. Bryan for County Commission.
Make that gift extra special with our Designed in the South, Made in the USA, gift wrap, gift bags, greeting cards, and so much more. Designed in the South, Made in the USA. Use code FOOTBALLSTAR for an extra 10% off. Only at HeyYallParty.com.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
I mean, just like something under your skin, just like, hey, we're back at Gulf Shores. We're discussing our broadcast situation here. We are, as we said, if you missed it, tuned in late, we're sitting outside. Some confusion. They really don't have the facilities here. Their press box across the way on the home side has 4 booths. So they have 2 decks built on the visiting side at the top of the bleachers. The decks are probably 8 by 10 maybe. And they have 2. They're covered with tailgating tents. We were told we'd have one of those with table and chairs, which wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world. However, after we were set up ready to go, we got bumped to the bleachers. We do have a tent over us, but we're sitting on the aluminum bleachers, Doug, and we got the band. Literally, the band is 10 feet from me. So,
and for some reason, that mistake happened when Troy came down here also. Just, whoops, excuse me, my bad.
yeah, we found that out later. Wally Lowry, who does the commentary for Troy Cable in their video coverage of the Charles Henderson games, ran into him prior to the game down here. Of course, his son Blake is a quarterbacks coach for the Tigers of Eufaula, and he's here to watch the Tigers tonight. And I asked him, I said, well, now where did you guys set up when you covered the game? He said, actually, we were set up under the tent up there, and he said they came up and said that we couldn't have that, and they bumped us, and we actually had to set up in the bleachers. So it's exactly what happened to us. So it's not the first time that's happened. So
it is terrible trying to pick up the numbers on those jerseys. I'm going to let you try to pick up theirs. Ours is easy. It's 12, 10, 7, and 4 for the Tigers. We'll try to get theirs.
Okay, it's 240, 23. No, I'm sorry, 33. It's 240, 33, and 19, I believe.
All right, there they are. You can figure them out.
All right, so
let's go down.
Go ahead.
Let's go down to Jimmy and hear the coin toss on the field. Take it away, Jimmy.
All right, you got 2, 40, 33, and 19 are the captains to go forward.
Or anchor. What is your call? Eagle, what is your call? Eagle, what is your call? Eagle, what is your call? Call for you there. Call again. Call.
Gulf Shores wins the toss. And they deferred for the second half.
So we'll start with the get ball on offense. We had talked about it on the way down here. If we won the toss, if you were Coach Jernigan, we could take the ball or kick. And I really thought we would kick, but because the strength of this Gulf Shores team has been their defense all year as they lead the state in defensive statistics. The captains tonight for the Eufaula Tigers. These are unofficial, but we've got Aurelia Slaughter at wide receiver, Marquia Red Harris at running back, Antron Mitchell wide receiver, LaCaviante Pugh at a tight end, Browning Anderson at quarterback, Zakai Steele at wide receiver. We have Chris Dutil at one guard, Curry at center, Parker Simmons at guard, Nick McCoy at left tackle, Ben Holloway at right tackle, and that rounds out the Eufaula offense that we'll see here to start off the game tonight. The Eufaula will be moving from right to left as we view the field here from the visiting sideline. Eufaula tonight in their red pants, white jerseys, red headgear. Gulf Shores in black pants, black jerseys. They're trimmed in, I guess that's aqua, kind of a metallic aqua. Their helmets are a metallic aqua, but there are numerals of that same aqua color, and it's nearly impossible to make out the actual numbers for Gulf Shores. We are just moments away from kickoff between the Tigers and the Dolphins in this Class 5A state semifinal to see who represents the South in Tuscaloosa at Bryant-Denny Stadium next Thursday night. Neither team has made it out on the field yet, as we are, I guess we're just almost to 7 o'clock. Tigers now break the huddle and head out on the field. So he said they will be moving from right to left as we view the field here. Gulf Shore is solid in every area, special teams being one of those. They do a good job with kick coverage. Kicker's got a pretty good leg. He's going to put it down inside the 10-yard line. Of the games I reviewed this week, did not see anyone return it past the 30-yard line. Matter of fact, the majority of them were inside the 25. So we'll see what to expect here. Back deep for Eufaula is going to be Zakai Steele along with Aurelia Slaughter. I can already see a problem here. The cameraman here covering this game, he was set up by our band, but now he's moved on, flanking me to the right, so I can't even see the entire field without standing up. So, folks, it's just kind of disappointing. You've been doing this as long as we have. to come down here, excited to cover a state semifinal, drive 4 hours, and then gets thrust into this top situation. The state of Alabama High School Athletic Association to really do something about these situations, and places like this should not be able to host a playoff game. Kick, we're going to go down inside the 15-yard line, covered well by Gulf Shores. We can see the wet field. We tried to cut back. That time was Zakai Steele slipped and fell at the 14-yard line, Doug.
Yep, there's nowhere. They practice that. Try to get it blocked in practice. Still, everybody knows that they kick to the far side because the Tigers, for some reason, all year want to return it to this side, and it was nothing doing there.
Shotgun formation for the Tigers. It's going to be Anderson. Shotgun has one man, Harris to his to his right, I'm sorry. And pair of receivers to the left, one split wide to the right. Going to bring motion back across to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Harris. Harris with some running room. He's in the secondary. He's going to have a Tiger first down. 11 yards. Call it for Red Harris on first down. That's a good sign for the Tigers. If they can run the ball, it will be a big, big boost for the Tigers' chances in the game tonight. They brought Antron Mitchell in motion from the right to the left side. They handed it back off the right tackle to Red Harris. 6 men on the line of scrimmage for Gulf Shores now as they hand it off to Harris. He's going to be stacked up for no gain on that play. That's what we saw repeatedly. As a matter of fact, they held Charles Henderson to negative 20 yards. Negative 20 yards on the ground in that game in the second round of the playoffs.
Anderson has them up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. It's a 4-man, maybe a 5-man front. The whistle right behind the linebackers, blow the ball dead.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. They was
not sure
I
what
didn't
that's
see a
all
flag
about.
or anything on that
I
play.
still don't see a flag.
So no harm, no foul. They're going to line it back up on 2nd and 10. Tigers with split to the right, the field side left. They have a slot, one back, Harris to the left to the quarterback Anderson, who's in shotgun formation. They're going to hand it off. No, pop pass. It's going to be caught for a short gain. Antron Mitchell, he'll have about 5 yards. He's still on his feet, though, driving forward. The Tigers are driving him forward. They're giving him forward progress all out across the 35, up near the 40. The Tigers' offensive line pushing there, Doug. I tell you what, that was another first down. That's going to be a gain of 14 yards on that pass play. And you can see the effort that time from Antron Mitchell and the entire offensive unit for the Tigers.
Helmet come off number 40. Yeah, he did check out of the game. So one of the leading linebackers, he'll have to sit out. 1st and 10 Tigers.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. A pair of receivers to either side this time. New formation for the Tigers. Red Harris to the right of the quarterback, Brandon Anderson.
They were coming on a blitz from the left. Looks like they're changing it coming from the right now. They are.
A quick wide receiver screen to the outside on the right side. Running room down the sidelines. Antron Mitchell out of bounds up near midfield. They're going to call him out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Count that at 9 more quick yards for the Tigers, and that begin all the way back at the Tiger 14-yard line. So the Tigers begin at the 14. They've moved it all the way out to the 49-yard line.
2nd down and 1. Shotgun formation.
Anderson calling for, taking the snap. He's going to hand it up to the middle. Running room for Harris. Harris crosses midfield. He's going to go down at the 44-yard line of Gulf Shores. That's going to be 8 yards on that play. 8 yards for Harris, and yet another Tiger first down. Their third of this first possession. It's a good sign. The Tigers were able to pick up some yardage on the ground, and they've thrown the ball successfully through the air.
Keep the drive going.
Slot to the right. Long receiver split to the left. It's Harris flanking the quarterback Anderson on the left side. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line of Gulf Shores.
They're right in. The tackle jumped, but I guess he didn't get in the neutral zone.
Throw this time. It's going to be, they jumped the route, got their pretty good timing that time. That's their starting receiver, who also plays both sides, Braden Jackson. It was intended for a slaughter on a slant route that time. He jumped it. He got there right about the time. That was pretty good timing, that play. He got there right at the time the ball did, and cut Slaughter off from that reception.
Yeah, we talked about their secondary is coached very well. He came up for the interception. You thought it was open deep, but number 4 actually had deep coverage in case we did a pump and go.
Going to be Zakai Steele. Going to be handoff to Harris. Harris going to get about 4 yards down to the 40-yard line. I'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers after a 4-yard gain on just a straight give off the left side from Anderson to Harris. So the first third down conversion situation for the Tigers going to be 3rd down and 6. 9:23, the clock rolling here in the first quarter. The Tigers have driven from their own 14-yard line to the 40-yard line of Gulf Shores. 3 receivers to the left. Anderson looking to throw. He's going to pump fake. He's going to pull it down now. He's looking to throw. He's going to pull it down and run. Anderson's going to take it. He'll be short of his first down. Just depends on where they spot him. I think he's going to go out of bounds just inside the 40, about the 39-yard line.
Got a receiver wide open down the left side, but a lot of pressure from that right end that transferred in here this year. Forced him to the far side of the field.
Call it a 1-yard gain on that play from where they're going to spot it. And but the Tigers going to send apparently the punting team in. Probably the right call here to play field position. Gulf Shores is really taking advantage of good field position. Got to kick this ball out of bounds, though, as Ronnie Royal will drop back for his first return of the night. But the Tigers taking over at their 14-yard line, taking it all the way to the Gulf Shores 40 is a successful first drive, even if they don't pick up points. Anderson drops back deep to kick this ball away for the Tigers. And going to be a delay game.
Actually, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if it was coming there. I watched him in practice the other day when Mitchell backed up off the line of scrimmage. When Pugh went up on the line of scrimmage, we have a fake that we run out to the right side on that. Now, I don't think you'll see it here now, 4th and 11, because it's like a good 5 or 6 yard play. Tigers might have been getting that ready there. Now Mitchell will have to back up. Let's see if he goes in motion.
He will go in motion. They're going to snap it to Anderson. Anderson will kick it away from it. This is a high kick. Fair catch called for by Royal. He drops it. He muffs it. He muffs it. The Tigers are down there. Right on the sidelines where I can see who gets the ball. We're waiting on the official's word. He has not made a signal yet. But Eufaula says they have it. It depends on if he's inbounds or not. We'll wait. Eufaula's ball. My punt on the first play. The weather comes into play. And the everything Ronnie Royal, who has over 100 touchdowns in his high school career, muffs a punt inside the 5-yard line. It will be 1st and goal. Eufaula from the 1-yard line. That is only the 10th turnover. I'm sorry, the 9th turnover of the season for Gulf Shore.
Amazing. Tigers with a golden opportunity. 8:56 to go in the first quarter of play. Ball at just outside the 1-yard line.
8:56 to go in the first quarter. Tigers in the slam formation. Under center goes Anderson. He'll hand it off, and they're gonna stack him up in the backfield. Depends on where they're gonna spot him. They're gonna spot a loss of about 2 yards. I cannot believe they're gonna spot it back that far. Did they snap that from the 1-yard line, Doug? I could not tell.
Just outside the 1, maybe a ball length away. They loaded up on that side. They were ready. Probably would have stood a better chance going right up the middle. They had an extra man on both outsides. Tigers slip out. They have 2 receivers wide to the left.
It would have been a good down to pass the ball on first down with a play action there. Second goal from the 3. Still a golden opportunity for the Tigers as Anderson will be in shotgun formation this time. Conventional formation for Eufaula. They're going to hand it off to Harris up the middle. Harris is fighting for the end zone, but he will not make it. He's going to actually they're going to spot it for another yard loss back to the 4.
Well, let's see if what the Tigers do here is very similar to the situation last week. The ball's on the right hash down in that corner of the end. It's an awful tough kick, which Wingate made last week. Conventionally, you would think they would run it to the left here, but of course, Gulf Shores knows that also.
Tough situation. It could have been a lot of momentum for the Tigers. Going to throw it. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for Lakeviante Pugh. He would have been a touchdown. He had position on the defensive back. Fastball thrown that time by Anderson, and it's going to be incomplete. They'll send Wingate in for the field goal attempt.
Tough angle in high school as the hash marks are way wider in high school than, of course, college or the pros. So Wingate has a tough angle back to his left. Nothing that he didn't take care of last week, but it has to be almost a perfect kick when you're kicking from that angle.
Here's the placement. Woodgate's kick is up, and it is no good. No good. Wide right.
He didn't hit that good. I'm not sure somebody got a hand on it or something happened. But
And you know the bad thing there that goes back to the 20.
yeah, that's it. So a golden opportunity missed there by the Tigers.
You know, it's a situation, Doug, and we first guessing it because we mentioned at the time, you know, at the 1 yard line, quarterback sneak that bad boy. That's what would happen in 1980. Quarterback sneak till you get it in there. Hard to lose any yardage on the quarterback sneak.
And I think if they had it to study and do over, they probably would. Like we said, they actually loaded up on the ends on the outside and crashed down hard. They kind of felt good about the big guys in the middle.
So Gulf Shores in a shotgun formation. They have stacked receivers to the right, motion back now to the right. It'll be unbalanced to this side. It'll be handoff to the back in the backfield. Wilson, he is hesitating. He's going to be hitting the backfield. He's not going down, though. We've got to tackle him with gang tackling. Finally bring him down for a 1 yard gain. Looked like he'd lose yardage, but a good job overall of rallying to the football by the Eufaula Tigers, but it took about 5 Tigers to finally get him on the ground. These backs run hard, and we got the Tigers will have to tackle Will on defense.
6?
That was 6, Wilson. Very patient
I
run.
tell you, we had 7 arm tackles and 1 good tackle there.
Royal is in the slot to the right. Ronnie Royal. He is slotted to the right side. He'll come in motion now. He will get it on just the shuffle pass around the right side. Eufaula is there to bring him down for a 2 yard loss back to the 19 yard line. So the Tigers were ready for that. He scored on that play at Headland for the second touchdown of the night for Gulf Shores. But here it's a 3rd down and 12. Actually called a loss of 3 on that pass play as they marked it back to about the 18 yard line. Trip receivers to the field side, the wide side right. Eufaula's going to jump in, I guess.
There's a flag. We got a new lineman going in. So it appears somebody did jump. That'll give them 5 yards, make it 3rd and about 8.
So the first
7.
The first down of the night goes against Eufaula. That's a 5 yard penalty. It's a defensive front for Eufaula. 3rd down 7. It's important conversion here. Would love to have seen it stay at 12 yards, but the Tiger defense is going to have to get the stop here. 6:09, the clock running on a running clock here in the first quarter. Scoreless.
They've got it outnumbered over.
3 receivers to the wide side, the field side right. Back, looking to throw. He's going to throw it deep. He has a man there. It's going to be. They're going to throw a interference. Charlie Williams was covering Ronnie Royal, the back of the backfield, and that's going to be back-to-back flags against the Tigers. There was contact ahead of the ball that time.
And well, he stopped, and our guy was using the sideline as an extra defender.
I think what's going to hurt is the fact that he did not look back for the ball.
Yeah, he did not do that. You're correct.
That 15-yard penalty will give Gulf Shores a 1st down. So Tigers, 2 good plays to stop them, and then give up 2 back-to-back penalties, gives them 20 yards. So 1st and 10 from the 38. The Tigers jump in the neutral zone again, but they get back. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 38. They shift over to the left side. 1 back in the backfield with the freshman quarterback. Up the middle with some running room is Wilson. He's going to pick up about 10 yards. We'll see where they spot him down. It's going to be 9 to 10 yards. It just depends on the spot. It will be a 9-yard gain. Their best play of the night as they have net yardage. They have 8 yards of net yardage so far. The Tigers of Eufaula with 43 yards of offense thus far. 5:24 to go in the first quarter. Scoreless game here. First possession for Gulf Shores. 2nd and 1 from the 47-yard line. I'll hand it off. It's going to be Royal this time up the middle. Royal in the secondary. Royal going to be run down from behind, but a big gain down at the 21-yard line from the 47 of Gulf Shores. It's going to be 32 yards. 32 yards. Well, they mark him at the 23-yard line, so not quite as much. That would be 31 yards on the game. They say 31. So I think it's 30, but either way. First down for Gulf Shores in just outside the red zone. Eufaula had a golden opportunity earlier, was unable to punch it in. Gulf Shores' first threat of the night. They'll hand it off to Wilson, who's going to be tackled for a loss back about the 27-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 4 yards. Loss of 4 on that play. Tiger defense has done a pretty good job so far. They have two positive plays, but they have a loss of 2 and a loss of 4 to go along with a gain of 30 and a gain of 9. Shotgun formation for Gulf Shores. They'll clap. Now they'll look to the sidelines. Kenny Eddingfield, the former Troy University offensive coordinator, calling the shots for the offense for Gulf Shores. They'll hand it off to Wilson around the left end. He has running room. He's headed for the end zone. He'll score. From 27 yards out, it's Wilson just on the buck sweep to the left side. He takes it 27 yards for the touchdown. Overall, an 80-yard drive for Gulf Shores.
Well, 2 penalties gave him the first down, kept the drive alive, but we got to do a better job of just getting us.
Point after touchdown. Forthcoming. Kicks up, and the kick is good. So 7-0, Doug, with 4:08 to go in the first quarter. They kind of flipped the script on us there. The Tigers looked like they would punch it in and take a lead. First and goal from the 1 after the muff punt, and just come away with no points. That's the worst case scenario from a momentum standpoint.
Yeah, it was, Wingate gave it a shot for the field goal. It's hard to blame anything on him. That is one tough angle.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
and just not getting it in. But in his defense, I think back to that, not running the ball to the left and setting it up in the center of the field. Folks, I used to do some kicking in high school, and I'm going to tell you, from that angle over there, it's about like, I don't know, probably kicking it through a sliding glass door instead of the goalpost. It's just a very tough angle right close in and that far to the right.
So the first mistake of the game goes against Gulf Shores with the punt. They don't pay any kind of yard line. He's coming to the near sideline once again to our side. He'll get up to the 20, and that's it. It'll be 1st and 10 for Eufaula from the 20 if there's no flags on the field.
We spent all that time running to this far side of the field. They just basically got down there to the 20 and stayed in their lanes and waited on him to come to him. We're just not getting them blocked as they're coming down the field.
Now, I know we've asked about that, why we always run to our sidelines on these kick returns, and we're being as goes. 1st and 10 for Eufaula. Anderson's going to keep it. He's going to look to throw, and he's going to take a sack, a loss back just out. They're going to say the 15-yard line. Only a loss of 5 on that play, but just nowhere for him. He fortunately did eat that ball and didn't put it up for grabs.
They added an extra lineman. They went to either a 4 or 5 man front there. Put a little bit more pressure on trying to stop the run of the Tigers.
4 receivers, a pair of receivers either side from the left hash mark. Red Harris is blown back, flanking Anderson to his left. It's going to be Harris, 13-yard line, loss of 2 on that play. So, pair of losses, loss of 5, loss of 2, and the Tigers in a pretty bad situation here with 3rd down 17.
Not where you want to punt from, neither.
Yes, six men on the front, on the line for Gulf Shores. They're coming, at the very least, they're coming after the quarterback. 3 men in the formation to the right side, wide side for the Tigers. Anderson takes it. They're going to have to throw it fast. He throws it fast. It is incomplete. We've seen a couple of drops already from these Eufaula Tigers. It doesn't matter if he had caught that ball. That was Zakai Steele. It was a kind of a quick screen, wide receiver screen to the outside. He wasn't going anywhere. There were 2 Dolphins that were out there to make that tackle. It would actually probably been a loss of yardage on that play had he caught the ball, but it was another drop. So 2 drops already for the Tigers, one of which would have been a touchdown.
Absolutely. Now you're kicking to the very dangerous return guy as Browning standing 2 yards deep in his own end zone.
So the last two possessions for Eufaula have been negative yardage situations. He kicks it through down the middle. It's going to be fielded finally, and a great tackle for Eufaula. We'll have to get that number. It is really a slaughter who tackled the speedy, dangerous Royal at the 35-yard line. So from the 13 of Eufaula, that is a 52-yard change in field position there, 52 yards net on the punt.
Let's see what the Tiger defense learned under the 10 over here as Gulf Shores had that little, I guess, buck sweep back to the left and just kind of ran it between guard and tackle for big yardage a couple of times on that last play. They found something. We didn't have a linebacker home, or they were blocking it well, something on that left side. We'll see if they go back to that.
2:26 to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Gulf Shores leads from their 35-yard line. It's Gulf Shores. They will take it. They'll hand it to Wilson. He has running room once again. It's going to be a good tackle by Tony Coleman after a gain of looks like 7 or 8 yards. We'll wait and see when they spot it down. It could be 8-yard gain on first down. Just too much running room that time.
Our defensive end has to make a decision. He went back that time and actually split the quarterback and running back. He didn't tackle either one of them. The quarterback gave it, and they were able to pick up 8.
Two backs in the backfield this time. It's going to be Royal and Wilson. The two dangerous Colin Wilson and Ronnie Royal flank the quarterback. Here's a shotgun formation. They'll bring the tight end back inside. It's a tight formation. They'll hand it off to Royal, sweeping the left side. Royal in the secondary. He's going to go. He's going to go for a touchdown. The Tigers missed one tackle, and he's going to go all the way. There are flags down. If those flags went down before he crossed the
flags
zone,
might have didn't go down before he crossed the end zone, but the infraction definitely happened before he crossed the end zone.
That was a 57-yard run for touchdown.
One of their guys knocked one of our men down, and as he was getting up, he hit him again.
45 yards behind the play.
Right.
Or 40 yards.
You know, we only had one. They're out flanking us.
They're giving them the touchdown.
Well, Doug, I tell you, I had some people obviously always ask us what are our chances, and I said, if we don't turn the ball over and we tackle well, we could very easily win the football game. I said, if we don't tackle well, I said we could lose by 4 touchdowns. And we're not tackling well so far. Tigers did not tackle well last week in Demopolis. It really hurt the Tigers on a couple of long touchdown runs. We've already seen touchdown runs of 27 and 57 yards for Gulf Shores.
And the Tigers will benefit from the penalty, which was very close to having that one called back. But unless we figure out how not to arm tackle, it was inevitable what was going to happen anyway. They've just killed us with that play, and we're getting arms on them, but we're not tackling them.
On the way down, we were talking about how fast Royal is, and when he plants his feet and foot and cuts upfield, he has some kind of speed.
Got speed and size. So Tigers need to come up after that. Should be a 15-yard penalty. They should kick off from the 25-yard line. So
the faith and Gulf Shores game was only a 31-16 game, I think is what it was. So Eufaula, of course, bested Faith 41-14 in that game, the second round of the playoff. But Eufaula not off to a good start here. $1:33 to go in the first quarter. Kicking from the 25-yard line. It'll be a deep kick. It's going to come down to Steele at the 25-yard line. He's going to go up the middle of the field this time. He'll cross the 35. He'll take it to the 37-yard line. Took a pretty big hit on that tackle.
Well, he did not run it to our side.
Yeah. Already the third possession of the first quarter for the Tiger offense.
Ball right in the center of the field. We'll call it they moved it back now.
37-yard line.
Yeah, it was close to the 38. He moved it back to the 37, 1st and 10 Tigers.
Pair of receivers to either side. Anderson takes it. He's going to hand it to Harris. Harris is going to go across the 40 up to the 43-yard line, we'll say. It's a 6-yard gain for Harris. The Tigers can't get back. You can't score 14 points at one time, so the only thing they can do is to methodically try to go down there and get points. Missing out on that gift early on still stings for the Tigers. 2nd and 4 from the 43. Pair of receivers to either side. Ball right in the center of the field as they'll take it. Anderson going to keep it on quarterback keeper. It crosses the 45. He's going to get up around the 48-yard line.
Very close to being a penalty for bulldogging there. It's still a penalty.
It'll be a 5-yard gain, though, for Anderson, and that'll move the chains. Tigers have 4 first downs in this first quarter already, but nothing to show for it. They trail 14-0.
Very well could be the last play of the first quarter here.
Snap. They're going to hand it to Harris. Harris is going to break in the secondary, crosses midfield. He's into Dolphin territory. He'll be inside the 45, about the 44-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 8 yards by Harris, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. We'll be second. Actually, they're going to give him 9 yards, it looks like. 9 yards on that run. So 2nd and 1 when we come back in the second quarter. The Tigers trail 14-0, but on the move in Dolphin territory. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? Apex Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
Barber County's original newspaper for local news is the Clayton Record. The Clayton Record is a Cherry Hill media publication that has been around for over 150 years, covering Barber County and the surrounding area. Online and print subscriptions are available starting as low as $2.99 per month. Call them today to sign up and never miss what's going on. Visit www.claytonrecord.com or call 334-775-3254. Covering the county from the county seat, the Clayton Record.
Second down. You know, when we changed into the field, Doug, it looks like it's almost 2 yards to go now. It's about 1.5 yards. Second down from just outside the 43-yard line of Gulf Shores, right in front of us here. As the Eufaula band needs to stop playing. You don't play when your team has the ball on offense. They never stop. They hand it to Harris. Harris gets inside the 40. Yeah, shoestring tackle prevented a very big gain, but it's going to be a gain of 4 yards as they'll spot him at the 44. I don't think it was a great spot on that play, but it's a 4-yard gain and a first down either way. It's a Tiger band is right here in front of our offense, and they played that entire play. You don't do that.
I know. I don't have any comment about that.
Bunch set, and they hand it off to Harris once again. Harris running hard. He's going to take it inside the 45 to the 40. They're going to spot him once again to about the 45-yard line. So a 4-yard gain, back-to-back 4-yard runs for Harris, who's really been a workhorse so far here in the first half. Second down and 6 from the 45. 11:23 in the clock rolling here in the second quarter. Eufaula trailing 14-0. Bunch set to the right this side, which is the short side. Harris flanks the quarterback to his left. They're going to run blitz, and they get there this time. Get it there for a 1-yard loss on that play.
He was a blitz. I'm not so sure he wasn't offsides.
They're going to spot it back an extra yard. I cannot believe this. I've been watching this line judge right here on the Eufaula sidelines. He is consistently costing us a yard on each play. So a 2-yard loss on that run. Harris got back almost to the 35. They spotted it at 37.
3rd and long, right here just outside the red zone.
Bunch set for the Tigers to the left side, which is the field side, the wide side.
6, 7,
Anderson drops back. He's going to throw a quick pass. Great reception. He threw it before Mitchell turned around, and look at the spot.
Whoa. He moved up a little bit, but not exactly where he went out, I don't think.
The
about
coaches
8
need to
yards.
get, they need to. We're going to have to get Jimmy Simmons down there talking to this line judge on this side because he is costing the Tigers a yard per spot. But that was a nice throw and catch. What did you have that for? 8 yards?
Yes.
And a third first down of this possession for Eufaula. Great timing throw by Anderson. Handoff to Harris, who dives forward to the 25-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 2 yards on that play. Harris checks out. It will be a Torian Slaughter. The sophomore checks in.
Watch how they're starting to ignore us when we line up in that bunch set over there to the left.
Mitchell, lone receiver to this side. It's going to be a fake on the sweep. Anderson's going to take it forward for about a yard, maybe 2. They fake the sweep to Slaughter to the left side. They're only going to give him maybe a yard on that play.
A lot of quickness out of the Dolphin defense.
3rd down 7. Trailing 14-0. Probably 4-down territory for the Tigers here. See if they call the play accordingly here. Anderson takes it. He's going to get pressure. He pulls it down. He's going to run up the middle. He'll have his first down as he dives inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
About 14.
So that was a 10-yard run that time by the senior quarterback, Browning Anderson, just using his legs. That's the 4th first down of this possession for the Tigers that began back their 37-yard line. They have a first attempt from the 14-yard line of Gulf Shores. They're going to hand it off to Slaughter. Slaughter is going to go down right there at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard on that play for the sophomore running back Slaughter. No, I'm sorry. It was Harris who would check back in. Red Harris on that carry. 8:58 and counting here in the second quarter. Been a quick first half so far. 2nd and 9 from the 13-yard line. Gulf Shores is going to give the Tigers a free 5. That's the first penalty against Gulf Shores tonight. It's going to give the Tigers 5 yards.
About the 3rd time he's done it, just the first time he's got called. They come in on that blitz hard from over there, and he got a little too deep in the neutral zone that time.
This is really a situation where the Tigers need to put 7 on the board. They have a 2nd down and 4 inside the 10-yard line from the 8-yard line. Harris to the left side of Anderson, who's in shotgun formation. Calling on a delayed count. Now the Tigers look to the sidelines. They have receivers right and left. It's going to be Antron Mitchell and LaKeviante Pugh to the right. They're going to take it. They're going to hand it to Harris. Harris in the secondary. He's inside the 10, inside the 5. He'll go down at the 3-yard line. That's a gain of 5.
Definitely not any targeting or leading with the helmet going to be called in this game. My goodness.
First down. It'll be 1st and goal. The Tigers have already had a 1st and goal. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. The Tigers will lead the regular formation in there. They'll have 2 receivers either side. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's not going to go anywhere. They're going to drive. They're still driving him back. No penalty on that, as they'll spot it for a loss of a yard. Tigers have not been able to run the ball in from 1st and goal inside the 5. This is their 2nd time. Critical here, the Tigers come out with some kind of play to get a touchdown. 7:46 and counting. Just inside the 5. That was a loss. We'll call it a yard loss, but it was almost a 2-yard loss on that quarterback keeper. Fake to the running back. Quarterback kept it kind of an inside zone play, but 2nd and goal, long 4, short 5. Anderson takes it. He keeps it again. He's going to lose yardage again. They're going to give us a gracious spot this time. He went down. They're going to give it a back to the 6. Call that a 2-yard loss. So Doug, from 1st and goal, we lost 3 yards on the first time we had 1st and goal. So far, we've lost 3 yards here after having 1st and goal at the 3. We're back at the 6. 3rd and goal from the 6. Anderson looking to throw. He's going to throw it. It's going to be incomplete. They tried to get it to Antron Mitchell. And guess what? We're on the right hash mark once again. Tigers will try to get points on the boards. They'll send Wingate in. 6:47 to go. Tigers with 1st and goal twice. They trail 14-0, Doug. If Tigers could have punched in touchdowns here, we could be evening this game up here. Instead, Tigers, at very best case scenario, will trail by 11 after this kick.
Yeah, this kick is a little further back. It's not right down inside the 5, so the angle's not quite as bad. There's a quick whistle before the snap. I'm not sure if we moved or they jumped. They were really wanting to bring pressure from this.
There's a flag on the line. Right, someone lined up off sides. You call it collapse, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. Distance. Actually, I'd decline this penalty. I'd decline it. It makes the kick tougher. And they're going to move it in.
They didn't even ask us. Actually, we're sending the offense back out on the field.
You know, when we're on the goal line last time,
well, we're just back to
open.
We're just back to where it was 1st and goal from the 3. It'll be 4th and goal from the 3 here.
You know, the first time Pugh was wide open and he dropped the ball.
Gulf Shores takes the timeout. Let's tell you what. Let's go down to Jimmy on the sideline and find out what we can find out close to the field action while we have a break. Take it away, Jimmy.
When I stand up.
Jimmy? Hello, Jimmy. I don't even see Jimmy now. Where's he at? I lost him down there. Jimmy, you got us? Well, we lost Jimmy there for a minute. We'll try to pick him up. I see him down there now. Jimmy, can you hear us? He is disconnected. Looks like he's reconnecting while he's doing that. Keith, we'll keep it right here. I mean, it's going to be 4th and goal from, what is that, about the 3.5 maybe?
Yeah, it's, probably the 3.5 yard line.
Jimmy says he's connected. Let's try to go back to Jimmy one more time, Charles.
Yeah, during the week, the coaches found out that the defensive tackles aren't as good, and they're blitzing so much up the middle to cover those guys up. But they're just absolutely loading the box and just overwhelming the offensive line on that draw play and counter play.
So the Tigers come out in the slam formation. Look for the Tigers to throw the ball here probably. Now they're going to shift out of it. They're in basically an I formation behind the quarterback Anderson. They're going to run a toss sweep, trying to get outside around the right side. They will not make it. It was tossed to a Torian Slaughter, and Slaughter's going to go out of bounds really for no gain on that play. So 2 trips inside the 5 yard line for Eufaula. Both come up empty, and a turnover on downs. Tigers drove it from the 37 all the way down to the 3 yard line of Gulf Shores, 60 yards on that possession. Tigers have some stats here in the first half, but nothing to show for it. No points on the board so far for the Tigers.
Haven't backed up, but the Gulf Shores does not make a lot of mistakes. So the Tigers got to find a way for that defense to stand up here. A little breeze blowing out, no flags that we can see, but it appears to be blowing behind Gulf Shores' back.
That was a 6-minute, 52-second drive, Doug, that came away with no points. Play drive. Royal around the left end. He'll get it off their goal line. There's a flag lying down at the 4 yard line. We'll check that penalty. We still have had no indications. Holding against Gulf Shores. That'll cost them half the distance to the goal line. A safety would be
about
big.
Yard and a half.
Yeah, but a safety would be big here if the Tigers could come up with something, just some kind of positive momentum here. They get the ball back as well. Second penalty so far on Gulf Shores. That's about a 1.5 yard penalty. Only the 3rd possession for Gulf Shores. They have scored touchdowns on their first 2 possessions.
Same picture that just threw the flag, had to check with the head official there for something. I'm not sure what that was about.
So 2nd down 11 now from about the 1.5 yard line for Gulf Shores. Backed up in their end zone. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Running hard across the 5 to about the 6 yard line. Giving a gain of 5 on that play. I believe it was Wilson. Colin Wilson. Shamarion Smith along with Jaquavius Mofton on the tackle for the Tigers. 2nd down 6 now. Long 6 from about the 6 yard line. First down will come at the 13 yard line. They're going to shift Wilson over to the left. in the slot is Royal to the right. They're going to hand the ball off to Wilson around the left side. Tigers are there, so just make the tackle. They do. It'll be a loss of yardage back inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. A 2-yard loss. 2-yard loss on that play. Tigers have played well at times, but they've just given up the chunk plays. We've seen the chunk plays be a problem a lot of the year. Not in the playoffs so far, but a lot of the year. 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8 from the 4-yard line. Almost 9 yards to go. 5:16 the clock running here in the second quarter. 14-0. Gulf Shores leads on a pair of long touchdown runs.
Coach Edenfield standing at the 20-yard line calling plays.
They hand it off up the middle. He's going to break it free. He's in the secondary as Wilson. It's going to be a first down. It'll be a gain of 21 yards to the 21-yard line. 21-yard run on 3rd and almost 9 from the 4-yard line.
I guess Coach Edenfield won't have to stand out of the coach's box this time after that big game.
My goodness, the Tigers with a golden opportunity there. They just nothing fancy. They handed it off on the right side, but we didn't have anyone there. They blocked it well, and Wilson doesn't need a very big hole to get through. Both backs are in the backfield now. It'll be Royal flank to the left, Wilson to the right of the freshman quarterback, Judd Harris. Harris takes the snap. He will fake it this time. He's going to look to throw this time. He's rolling out to the right. He's going to be it's complete to Royal, but Royal is driven out of bounds for no gain on the play. Actually, they're going to give him a yard. Oh boy! That clock stops the clock. No, the clock is still running. Clock's running with 4:15 to go in the second quarter. 4:10 and counting.
Well, there went my stats.
We should be able to get those back, hopefully.
The other one's down there somewhere.
So Harris calls for the snap. He will hand it off to Wilson. Wilson in the secondary. He's going to go. He's going to go. Nobody's probably going to catch him. Although Tony Coleman's giving chase. He's going to – no, he doesn't. He caught him, but he just was unable to bring him down. 74-yard touchdown run. 97-yard drive.
We hadn't stopped that play all night. That's a 74-yard touchdown run. They've got a 57-yard touchdown run and a 27-yard touchdown run, all from the same
Let's put it this way. 2 plays, 95 yards. They had 3rd and 9 from the 4.
That was Royal?
No, that was Wilson. Wilson having a career night. He came into this game with 1,600 yards rushing on the season.
I think we left our defense somewhere around Greenville on the way down here tonight.
So they're 3 for 3 on offensive possession, scoring touchdowns. That one coming from 97 yards after the Tigers had their second first and goal situation and unable to punch it in. I'm going to tell you what, Doug, this will be a learning experience for everyone involved tonight because some of the things, the Tigers have some strong tendencies when we get inside the in goal to go situations. And it's obvious that Gulf Shores was ready for what we were going to do when we got to go. We've done a good job moving it inside, kind of like Eufaula did last week. We kind of bent but didn't break against Demopolis. Gulf Shores we've moved the ball well inside, really all the way down until we get inside to a goal to go situation. But they have stuffed us when we got into the goal to go.
Yeah, like Jarrell talked about earlier in the year, in the playoffs you tend to scout yourself. I'm not sure we've done that, but they're prepared.
Well, I guess if you want to look for any kind of bright spot, Charles Henderson only had, that's a touchback on the kick. They only had 44 yards of positive offense for the entire game. Eufaula with 60 yards of offense on the last possession. So Eufaula's moved the ball offensively if you're looking for a silver lining here. But the problem is the Tigers are unable to punch it into the end zone.
Tigers got to find a way to answer here, but a long way from pay dirt, 80 yards away. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the second quarter of play. And
Gulf Shores will receive the second half kickoff. They're going to throw it. It looked like a lateral. Are they going to give?
He said incomplete.
They called it incomplete. That's actually a gift for Eufaula. They were trying to get it to a Torian Slaughter on a flare pass out of the backfield.
Yeah, and he scrambled after it just like it was a lateral too. So very close. Not sure we didn't get away with a little bit there. He did. recover it, but it saved us probably the 5 yards.
Second down, 10 from the 20-yard line. 3:33 to go here in the second quarter. 21-0. Gulf Shores leads. Handoff up the middle.
Nope.
No, it's going to be Anderson keeping it. He breaks the tackle in the backfield. Does a good job. A lot of effort to pick up 4 yards on that play. It'll be third down and 6. The Tigers have gone 3 and out only twice in this first half. They went 3 and out from first and goal after a muff punt by Gulf Shores on their second possession. Then on the ensuing possession after the Gulf Shores touchdown run, they went 3 and out. It's 3rd and 6 here with 2:58 and counting here in the first half. Still 12 seconds on the play clock. They only have play clock on one end of the field here. No, I'm sorry. They have 2. Now I see it. Anderson's going to be flushed, being pursued. It's a foot race. He's actually going to win that foot race and go out of bounds over on the far sideline, but he's going to be short of his first down.
Actually, they marked him back about a half yard.
And that stops the clock with 2:40. They're going to have to punt it in the direction of Ronnie Royal. Royal, as we said, 3 first half kick returns for touchdowns against BC Rain in Week 10. Actually, it was a loss of a yard when all was said and done on that play by Anderson, where they spotted it. Anderson will stand back at his 5-yard line awaiting the snap to punt the ball away. There's a good snap. He gets it away. He's going to kick it away from Royal. It hits at the 35. It takes a Eufaula roll. It will roll dead at the 40, just out across the 45-yard line. But the Dolphins will start in Tiger territory. They went 97 yards the last time they had the football.
Several swimmers look into the finals.
Doug, we haven't stopped them. It hasn't just been missed tackles. It's been misalignments because they have gone on that 74-yard touchdown run. He went untouched. No one had a chance because no one was in the zip code.
It's just like off left tackle. They're all 3 long runs have come from the same thing. We're not making any adjustments over there on that.
2:30 to go. We'll call it the 46-yard line. Is where, it's almost like a TV timeout here. Some of these delays in between possessions. But starting in Eufaula territory for the first time tonight is Gulf Shores. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line of Eufaula. They'll take the snap. They'll hand it off to Wilson. Wilson running free in the secondary once again. It's going to go once again. Looks like all the way for a touchdown. I won't tell you what. Well, I just won't say. One play, 46 yards. That possession took exactly 10 seconds. One after touchdowns up and good. Making the score 28-0. Gulf Shores is 4 for 4 scoring here in the first half, all on the ground. And Doug, if you're keeping up with Wilson's stats, he came in with over 1,600 yards on the season, averaging like 126 yards a game. He's well over that already in the first half.
9 carries for 161 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He has scored 27 touchdowns on the season coming into tonight's game. And quite honestly, I thought it would be, Eufaula's offense against the Gulf Shores defense would be the difference in the game potentially. And Eufaula has driven the ball, just not able to punch it at the end zone. But give the Tigers 2 touchdowns on those deep possessions, and this looks different. We still would have to stop them at some point, but they're 4 for 4.
Yeah, the offense hadn't been that bad. They could have kept them in the game, but the defense, just call it like we see it. We have not come close to stopping them yet.
Well, we came close. We had 3rd and 9. We had 3rd and 12. We go offside. Yeah.
Penalties on one drive. Yes, you're right. Kept the drive alive.
Offsides penalty on the defense, followed by a pass interference against the defense on their first touchdown drive. That is a yard deep in the end zone for a touchback. But Tigers defense came out, looked like they'd stop them and force a 3 and out on their first possession. 2:20. There was only 2:30 on the clock when the Tigers gave the football up earlier after the punt. So 1st and 10, Eufaula from the 20-yard line. The bad thing here, Doug, is you don't want to give the ball back to them before halftime. They get the ball to start the third quarter. Anderson's going to throw it. It's going to be a complete, but for a short gain. It was a complete to Lakeviante Pugh. He caught the ball that time going to the ground, but only a 4-yard gain as he was dragging across. We saw that play last week at Demopolis. Tigers converted a 4th down on that play as he caught it and ran up the sidelines. That time he caught it, made sure he caught it, but he went to the ground, but he had no one around him that time, Doug.
He was wide open.
2nd down, 6. Clock under 2 minutes now, minute 50. Going to look to throw the fade route to Antron Mitchell. Mitchell,
he got bumped.
They are going to throw the flag.
He got bumped at the line. I'm not sure the flag didn't come till later, but he cut inside and then went outside. And when he did, number one shoved him on his shoulder, caused him to stumble a little bit. The flag didn't come out right then, but that's about the time that the ball was already in the air down the field, and he laid out for it. The defender, for Gulf Shores, I think it's number.
It was Ronnie Royal.
Oh, Royal. Okay, so it's Royal defending on that play. Number 2, he was leaning on him the whole time. The official threw the flag, and that'll give the Tigers a first down out the 39-yard line.
1:38. The clock stopped here in the second quarter. Going to run the reverse this time. Zakai Steele trying to get around the left end. He does so, but he's going to be hit. Takes a big hit, and I'm not sure he made it. I think he lost all that running. He lost a yard on the play. We'll call it. The official just went down awkwardly out there, and that looks like a torn ligament to me. His knee buckled, and he went down. So the slick field looks like it takes its first casualty as one of the officials goes down as he was trying to get back to spot that football, and this may be a lengthy delay here. It's an unfortunate situation there. As we said, this field is pretty wet, and I believe –
I'm not sure that's the first casualty of the night from wet, slippery conditions.
It may be the first injury. Oh, that's right. I wasn't going to say anything, Doug, unless you did.
Oh, I did.
I know.
Yeah, it still hurts.
Yeah, you took it. We got, as we told you, we've already well documented this twice in the pregame show, but we were set up. We were outside sitting on the bleachers here. On the visiting side, we are under a tent, but we were set up on a deck here under a tent where we were told we would be. We had to pack up after being completely set up, ready to go. We had to pack up and move. And in that process, these aluminum bleachers aren't the most sturdy things in the world.
We didn't bother to put everything back in bags, or I didn't. Y'all did. Y'all did a good job trying to carry it. The aluminum bleachers are actually wobbly on top, and instead of walking on, I guess maybe the bottom part, I don't know. There was not any arm rails either, so I had a handful of stuff, and they were soaking wet from the rain. And yep.
I did not see it, but I heard it.
Probably a little aggravation from having to move too. Maybe, I don't know. It wasn't fun. I'm surprised those headsets that Jimmy's using down there are still working. Let's just say that. Rush Probes ain't got nothing on me.
Huh?
Rush Probes ain't got nothing on me.
Hey, those are some good headsets. I don't know what kind they are, what name brand they are, but they took a beating on that.
While we got a minute, let's go to a minute 32 seconds left in the second quarter. Let's go down to Jimmy and find out the mood on the sideline for Eufaula. Is it, Jimmy, have they tucked their tail, or are they trying to regroup?
No, they're not going in the shell. They're fired up over here. It's just, they're not getting much help as far as play calling and different things like that. It's just we're running right into their defense. So it's almost like I don't know how to describe it from if y'all can see it up there or not. But the official that's down on the field, that's a guy that's one of our officials. He's from the Wiregrass area. I think he lives in Ashford. So I hope and pray everything's okay. So, and then when we get down inside the 5, Gulf Shores is just absolutely overloading the box and inundating our offensive line. I mean, they got 9 guys in the box. It's just unreal what they're doing.
I mean, a pass on defense, faking the run and hitting a pass to the tight end over the top would probably be the call to make since they're selling on our run. But that's hindsight at this point. As 28-0. The story here would not just be the Tigers putting the ball in the end zone. They've missed 2 golden opportunities. It would be the stopping Gulf Shore, something we have not done at all. So
yeah, it's tough on offense, but we have moved the ball. It's the defense, just one play, right? I mean, we're just not stopping the run because they're wearing us out, right?
Well, it's been 4 big touchdown runs, 27, 57, 74, and Royals was 57.
I had 46.
Yeah, 46. I'm sorry, 46. Yeah, 46, 57, 27, and 74. First and 10, second and 10, they did not give it a loss there. Second and 10, Anderson's going to look to throw. He's going to be sacked. He'll go down back inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. That'll be a loss. Be a loss of 6 on the play, back to the 33.
And they
So
have 2 timeouts here.
3rd and 16. They don't use them. They're letting the clock run 104 and counting.
They may after this play.
28-0. Gulf Shores leads. 3rd down, 16 yards to go. Anderson, they're going to flags go down. It's going to be movement, I believe, against Eufaula. This is a pre-snap penalty. Don't doubt that happened because Anderson was frustrated as he turned around. Anderson looks like he's holding his arm or something, his left arm. Not many penalties so far in the first half of this game. That's only the 3rd penalty, I believe, against Eufaula. We'll total them up for you at halftime. Handoff up the middle is going to be Red Harris. Harris is going to cross the 30. He'll take it out to the 33-yard line. He picks up 5 yards on that play. And Gulf Shores will use a timeout with 38.7 seconds to go. It'll be 4th and 16. Anderson moving slow as he comes to the sidelines. He will be handling the punt duties for the Tigers, but he really took a lot of contact on that last sack.
Yes, he did. Probably a good time out there. They want to give their return guy a chance here. Even if we punt it and let it roll dead, keep it away from him, they're still probably looking at having somewhere 35 to 40 seconds left and 1 timeout.
Well, both Wilson and Royal are speed guys. They have pretty good size, 5'10", 180 for Ronnie Royal, 5'9", 175 for Colin Wilson. They run with power, but they also have extreme top-end speed. Now, credit to Tony Coleman on the long touchdown run earlier. Coleman caught up to Wilson, but unable to bring him down was Tony Coleman.
Well, Royal has 4 carries for 93 yards himself.
Right. So over 200 yards rushing in the first half for Gulf Shores. Going to bring motion across the formation and punting formation. It'll be Anderson punting it away. It's a nice wobbly spiral. It's going to hit and takes a Tiger roll. It's going to be dead at the 30-yard line. So 37 yards on the punt.
Well, let's go. I wouldn't worry about the deep pass. I'd worry about that run off left guard, left tackle that we hadn't stopped yet.
30 seconds. 30 seconds to go here in the first half. 28-0. Gulf Shores, the Dolphins lead the Tigers. 5th possession. Gulf Shores is 4 for 4 on possession scoring so far here in the first half. They are going to throw it here. They're going to throw it deep. They have a man out there. It's going to be interference against the Tigers. It was unnecessary there as he was running with double coverage there, and we just knocked him down before the ball got there, Doug. We wouldn't have been able to catch up to that one had the contact not been made.
Well, actually, it's going to be pass interference. It'll go from a line of scrimmage. But, Keith, I'm not so sure we're going to luck out there. It's looked like number 6. They're playing safety. He's the only one on the field that don't have mud in his jersey. He's just not been physical, and they run right by him on the runs. That time he stepped up and bit on the fake, and the the receiver went right by him. Luckily, some of the other Tigers stayed with him, but he should have been back playing safety on that one.
Of course, he came up with a big interception to end the game last week at Demopolis. They're going to run a screen pass. It's caught behind the line of scrimmage. It's Wilson. It was breaking the tackle, but I thought he was down. They are blowing the whistle. It was Thomas Hill making the tackle eventually. They had him about the line of scrimmage for no gain. It's going to be a 5-yard gain as it stands on the pass play. That stops the clock with 11 seconds. If they didn't call a timeout here, did they call a timeout? They had to have. Yeah, they did. They had to have called a timeout for the clock to stop with 13 seconds left. The ball sits right at midfield, right on the midfield stripe. 28-0. Tigers trail the Dolphins. Tigers have not been without their opportunities here in the first half. Had the ball first and goal from the 1 after a muff punt by Gulf Shores on the very first punt return for Gulf Shores. Tigers got it the 1. They went back 3 yards, had 3rd and goal from the 4, threw an incomplete pass, right hash mark, and tried the field goal. And honestly, Doug, you want to get points there, but in my mind, I'm thinking field goals are not going to beat a team that's averaging 39 points a game. But we tried it anyway. It was unsuccessful. So then they take the ball, drive it 80 yards for a touchdown to go up 7-0. Then they go up 14-0. Tigers drive it once again with a chance to punch it in, turn it over on downs. 97-yard drive from there for Gulf Shores to make it 21-0, and now 28-0. All on the ground. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be Royal. He's going to be brought down after a 2-yard gain to the 48-yard line. I think that's going to be it. Looks like Gulf Shores will not exercise their final timeout. They're going to head to the locker room. That'll be halftime. Eufaula trailing 28-0 here at halftime. We're going to step aside for a commercial break. Be back with some halftime stats and comments.
Whoa. We got to go down to Jimmy.
That's right.
Let him talk to Coach Jernigan on the sideline.
Hey, Jimmy.
He's trying to catch up.
Trying to catch back up with him. He went to the tent, so hang on a minute. I was trying to cut him off, but I'll catch him right here between the tent. So what you got, Coach? How you feel about it?
Basically, defensively, we got to stay in that gap. We're going to get some stops right there. And we got to stop. I wanted to get points. We should have got points out of that first turnover down there, but then they stopped us. Had a good play call, but it didn't work out down there. And the second time we went forward down there, I think they had us outnumbered over there. But for the most part, we've been moving the ball. Offensively, running the ball. We give them the big plays. Big plays. We got to stay in that gap. Stay fundamental sound on defense. They got some good players, and we got to keep checking that in the second half.
Good job, Coach. Go Tigers. So,
thank you, Jimmy.
I don't know how much of that. All right.
Well, we got it. We could hear it all. Thank you very much, Jimmy. We appreciate that sideline report. And we'll take a commercial break and be back with some halftime stats after these timeouts.
In 1983, the first mobile phone was introduced to the public by the Motorola Company, and that was the same year Pam Freeman started her State Farm business. For 40 years, both have saved time and money. Whether it's auto, homeowners, condo renters, personal articles, business, life, or health, Pam Freeman State Farm has been there for you. Call Pam's office and let Kathy Bennett help you with all your quotes and needs. You won't find a more helpful staff anywhere. Come by and see them at 322 East Barber Street in Eufaula or call 687
RW.
Don't stop believing with Carlos Robert
RW Wingate and Company is a full-service accounting firm and a supporter of Eufaula High Athletics. They are located at 102 North Orange Avenue, Eufaula, Alabama, but licensed in multiple states. Richard W. Wingate has over 25 years' experience in public accounting, and the firm's services include personal and business tax preparation, bookkeeping, sales tax preparation, payroll services, audit of nonprofit and government entities, and business consultation. When doing extra is the point, contact RW Wingate and Company for your accounting needs.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy.
Mid-South Bank, we pride ourselves on being the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. For over 100 years, we've been helping families prosper and helping businesses grow. Mid-South Bank is a local bank with local people making local decisions. We're a community bank who will always be there when you need us. Whatever banking services you need, we're here to help. Visit us today or online at bankmidsouth.com. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them. Unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express. Fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656. When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656. Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Hey, we're back in Gulf Shores for the Tigers trail, and this one 28-0 at halftime. First half that, despite the score, did not have its opportunities for the Tigers. As we said, we'll kind of summarize what happened in the first half. Doug will give us some individual stats.
I do have
some stats. Just to kind of summarize what happened in the first half, Eufaula, Gulf Shores actually won the toss. They elected to defer their option to the second half, so they kicked off to Eufaula. Eufaula kind of mishandled the opening kickoff. They got pinned back at the 14-yard line. You thought, here we go. But Eufaula's offense came out, Doug, and moved the football. They moved it all the way down to the 40-yard line of Gulf Shores, picked up 3 first downs in the process before a good punt, a good high punt by Browning Anderson was muffed by Ronnie Royal. And the Tigers recovered it, had first and goal at the 1-yard line. We said, here we go. The Tigers going to have a chance to go up early in this game, kind of get some momentum away from Gulf Shores. But Tigers lost 2 yards on first down. They came out in the slam formation, kind of telegraphed what we were going to do, and lost 2 yards on first down. They lost a yard on second down. Third and goal from the 4, from the right hash mark. Tried to throw a pass. That was there. We actually just didn't make the reception. Could have been a touchdown. Don't make the play, and the Tigers then missed the field goal from the right hash mark. So to goal opportunity by the boards for the Tigers. 7:34 to go in the first quarter. Still 0-0. Then Gulf Shores takes over the ball at their 20-yard line following the missed field goal. It looked like the Tigers were going to stop them 3 and out. It was actually 3rd down 12, an offsides against the Tiger defense, gave them 3rd and 7. Then a pass interference on that 3rd down gave them a first down. And a couple plays later, of course, the next play, it was a 30-yard gain by Wilson, the talented junior tailback, Colin Wilson. And then it was a 27-yard touchdown run by Wilson to cap that off. Ultimately, it was a 6-play, 80-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 22 seconds off the clock. 7-0 Gulf Shores with 4:08 to go in the first quarter still. Then the Tigers go 3 and out, punt it back to Gulf Shores. Gulf Shores takes over after a really good punt by Browning Anderson and a nice tackle by Aurelia Slaughter on Royal. Gulf Shores took over at their 35-yard line, but it only took 2 plays for them to cover those 65 yards. It was an 8-yard carry by Wilson on first down, a 57-yard touchdown run by Ronnie Royal on second down, and with 1:33 to go in the first quarter, it was 14-0 Gulf Shores. Eufaula took the ball back over, trying to answer the Gulf Shores touchdown. They took it over their 37-yard line. They moved it in 15 plays, 60 yards, had first and goal from the 3-yard line, but the Tigers unable to punch it in. They ultimately gave the ball back to Gulf Shores on downs at the 3-yard line. The score remained 14-0 after the Tiger drive. But from there, it took Gulf Shores 5 plays. They converted 3rd and 9 from the 4-yard line. They got a first down, and then 2 plays later, it was Wilson scoring his 3rd touchdown of the first half, his 2nd touchdown of the first half, a 74-yard touchdown run. So 2 out of 3 carries on that drive covered 96 yards. After 3rd and 9 from the 4, they took it the 96 yards in 3 rushing plays to make it 21-0. Eufaula went 3 and out on the ensuing possession and punted it back to Gulf Shores, who took over at the Eufaula 46-yard line. From there, it only took 1 play for Colin Wilson to take it 46 yards straight up the middle, untouched, for a touchdown to make the score 28-0. That came with 2:20 to go in the second quarter. Eufaula then moved the ball a little bit on the next possession before punting it back to Gulf Shores, which ultimately ran out the first half. That's where we stand, 28-0 at halftime, Doug. Gulf Shores will receive the second half kickoff. And surprisingly, we're sitting here saying, even though we didn't put points up, the Tiger offense moved the ball better than Charles Henderson moved the ball 2 weeks ago, but just unable to punch it into the end zone. It's the Tiger defense inability to stop this. It's big plays by Gulf Shores that's really been the difference in the ball game so far.
A little short-handed up front tonight on the defensive line, and and that's telling on us a little bit. And it's tough. Good news is, I don't know what else they have in reserve, but we only got to figure out how to stop one play, as they've been very effective on us, and then we got to figure out a way to get it in the end zone once we get down deep in the red zone. Tigers, tall task. You got to feel like Gulf Shores thinks if they can come out and punch that first one in, receiving second half kickoff, they're in business. Stats for Eufaula, better than last week, but still not great. They carried the ball 28 times, getting a lot done on the ground. 28 times for 61 yards on the ground. 4 for 9 passing for 35 yards. Only 96 yards total in the first half for the Tigers. Of course, the leading ball carrier is Red Harris. He's got 16 carries for 53 of the 61 yards for the Tigers. Of course, Royal has only carried the ball 5 times for Gulf Shores. He has 95 yards. Wilson has 9 carries for 161 yards and 3 touchdowns. Of course, Rural has 1. They're all long carries, 27, 57, 74, and 46 yards. They just bust it right over where we have some new faces in on defense. I guess we're shorthanded up front right in the middle, and we just can't stop them.
Well, I don't know if it's shorthanded or if we just gone a different direction up there, because we haven't gotten an injury report that we have anybody injured, but we have been playing some guys both ways this year. And I think we made some changes as we got into the postseason for whatever reasons, Doug. But that's been kind of the case here in the postseason. We had up front, of course, in the past, we had Parker Simmons playing on both sides of the ball quite a bit. We had Tyreek Ivory, of course, at one defensive tackle, and we also had Xavier Dennis playing quite a bit at defensive tackle. Not sure what the changes, what necessitated the changes, but we've had some changes over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we got a freshman playing on the defensive line. Back to the stats real quick. They had 14 carries, only 14 carries. Half as many as the Tigers, but they had 162 yards, 100 yards more than the Tigers, 4 touchdowns on the ground, but they were only 2 for 2 in the passing department. 2 for 2 for 6 yards. So the one pass that went incomplete was on a penalty play. So that is not right. It should be 268, 270.
On the rushing?
On the total. No, the 160, he had 161 and 95, so that's
256.
6, yes. So 258 total offense for them.
Yeah, for those 2 players, 258 yards. We highlighted them in the pregame show. We talked about they would be the ones to stop. Ronnie Royal and Colin Wilson. They're a dynamic duo, a tough 1-2 punch for Gulf Shores. They have been that way all year, and that's continued here in the first 24 minutes against Eufaula. Doug, I didn't take time to title it up. I actually had to take a run to the facilities here during the long commercial break, but 27 yards, 57 yards, 74 yards, and 46 yards. Just those 4 carries, I believe it's over 200 yards.
74 and 46.
Yeah, I believe that if we add that up, I believe that's going to be over 200 yards.
130, 204 yards right there.
On 4 carries,
yes.
Averaging over. Their scoring plays tonight have averaged over 50 yards, just to kind of give you some perspective here. It's been big plays. And Doug, quite frankly, it's been big plays for this Tiger defense the last 2 seasons. We've given up big plays, chunk plays. We've talked about it. It's happened at the end of halves. It's just unfortunate, but we knew that was something if we did not prevent, this could be a long night tonight. And the Tigers have they'll do a good job for 2 or 3 downs and then give up the home run.
Well, I tell you, the Tigers are coming out, and they look down, but the Tiger faithful is giving them applause, trying to pump them up as they work their way back out to the far end of the field.
Good. Doug, you want to take one final timeout while we're here at halftime? Let's take a timeout and be back with the second half kickoff. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Tiger Football broadcast.
Make that gift extra special with our Designed in the South, Made in the USA, gift wrap, gift bags, greeting cards, and so much more. designed in the South, made in the USA. Use code FOOTBALLSTAR for an extra 10% off. Only at HeyYallParty.com.
Positions.
Medical Center Barber Family Care Clinic, located at 825 West Washington Street, Suite 7 in Eufaula, is a proud supporter of Eufaula Tiger football. Nurse practitioner Lindsay Bean takes pride in caring for her hometown and their medical needs. Hours of operation are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Friday from 8 to 12. New patients are welcome. From a minor injury to a medical condition, the staff at the Family Care Clinic is ready to serve you. Call today at 688-7412. Stephen W. Bryan, candidate for Barber County Commission, District 2, is a big supporter of Eufaula Tiger football. Stephen lives, works, worships, and shops in our county, and his motto is, I am here. He plans to be accessible to the people of his district and will share his personal email and phone numbers. Stephen says, I ultimately will answer my God for the choices I make and take that seriously. I will be teachable, respectful, genuine, a man of integrity, and above board in every decision I make for the betterment of the whole of Barber County. Paid for by the Friends of Stephen W. Bryan for County Commission.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
Barber County's original newspaper for local news is the Clayton Record. The Clayton Record is a Cherry Hill media publication that has been around for over 150 years, covering Barber County and the surrounding area. Online and print subscriptions are available starting as low as $2.99 per month. Call them today to sign up and never miss what's going on. Visit www.claytonrecord.com or call 334-775-3254. Covering the county from the county seat, the Clayton Record.
In 1983, the first mobile phone was introduced to the public by the Motorola Company, and that was the same year Pam Freeman started her State Farm business. For 40 years, both have saved time and money. Whether it's auto, homeowners, condo renters, personal articles, business, life, or health, Pam Freeman State Farm has been there for you. Call Pam's office and let Kathy Bennett help you with all your quotes and needs. You won't find a more helpful staff anywhere. Come by and see them at 322 East Barber Street in Eufaula or call 687-7034.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
In sports, every point counts, and at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today. In Eufaula, call Alpha agent Keith Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
At Mid-South Bank, we pride ourselves on being the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. For over 100 years, we've been helping families prosper and helping businesses grow. Mid-South Bank is a local bank with local people making local decisions. We're a community bank who will always be there when you need us. Whatever banking services you need, we're here to help. Visit us today or online at bankmidsouth.com. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive.
From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now, Impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, Impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
We're back at Gulf Shores where the Tigers trail 28-0. Tigers have been giving up 27.8 points per game this season, which is a lot of points for a defense to give up over the course of a year, a 13-game season. And 28 points here in the first half. We were concerned about the hidden yardage, basically, that Gulf Shores has been able to create all season, both with defensive scores and special team scores. Ironically enough, tonight it hasn't been either. Eufaula has taken care of the football, no turnovers in the first half, and they've done a good job. No return yards at all for Gulf Shores so far in the first half. And here we pooch a kick. It's going to be fielded at the on a pooch kick by number 0 at the 37-yard line. They haven't spotted it yet, maybe the 36.
You had a score update, didn't you?
Yeah, 28-7 at the half. Ramsey leads Gunnersville. So 35-yard line's where Gulf Shores will take over here for the first drive of the second half. Be the 6th possession of the night for Gulf Shores. They did not score there at the end of the first half, but they were 4 for 4 on their other possessions. They're going to hand it off to Wilson. He's going to peck along the line of scrimmage. Tigers are there. They're going to bring him down. It's actually going to be first man there is number 54, Curry, the 10th grader for the Tigers. Going to be the first man there to make the initial contact, the defensive tackle. It's going to be a 2-yard gain on that play. Second down and 8. It's going to be a nice tackle on the sweep to the right side. Coming up out of the secondary was on a nice tackle was Taiwan Turner, the sophomore. A pair of sophomores stepping up here on this first possession for Gulf Shores. That play actually loses a yard, I believe. We'll see where they spot it down. It looks like
back at least a half a yard.
Yeah, a 1-yard loss. A good tackle coming up out of the secondary for Taiwan Turner. It'll be 3rd and 9. It was 3rd and 9 from the 4-yard line when the Tigers trailed 14-0. Tigers gave up a 21-yard gain on that 3rd down, and then a 74-yard touchdown run 2 plays later. 3rd and 9 here on the first possession of the second half for Gulf Shores. Looking to throw this time. They're going to drop back. Quarterback's going to run. He's got a spy on him. He's going to go forward, though, and they're going to give a first down. The Tigers had 2 chances to make the tackle short of the sticks, and the freshman quarterback takes it across midfield and picks up the first down. That's just frustrating, Doug, is after you held them down, they allow a 14-yard run on 3rd and 9.
Yeah, they've had a couple of big 3rd down conversions. We have not held them to a punt yet.
Quarterback's going to keep it on just a zone. He faked it. He takes it around the right side. He's going to be finally brought down. 3-yard gain on that play. Looked like it would be more, so it was a good job to bring him down. Did not get the number of the Tiger. It was all the way across the field.
See how brave they are. That was a pretty good shot on the quarterback on the far side. You're looking at maybe going to a state championship game in 6 days.
Their backup quarterback's actually a senior, but has not played much. 2nd down 7 from the 47-yard line of Eufaula. 28-0 is the score. Clock running. 9:30 to go here in the 3rd. They're going to run a flat, kind of flood route on the left side. It's going to be finally run out of bounds. It was to the tight end. A sophomore, Price Stevens, at tight end. Stevens caught it. There's a flag laying back at the 30-yard line. We'll wait and see what that flag is. That would have been a big play from the 47-yard line. It's against Gulf Shores. That would have been about a 40-yard play there on the pass play. It was just they basically released the tight end into the flats. They had other receivers deep, but nobody was picking up the tight end.
That's an illegal shift, so it'll come all the way back to the line of scrimmage.
illegal shift. So that'll be marked off. Well, block in the back. It was a block in the back.
Okay,
So it's back.
Initially said.
So they gain 2 yards on the penalty. 2nd and 5 now. But the penalty was actually 10 yards. But 2 yard gain, we'll call a 2 yard gain on the pass play. Most of it negated. One back in the backfield is Wilson with the quarterback, Harris. Judd Harris, the freshman quarterback. It'll be Wilson running at the right side. He looking for daylight. He finds some as he takes it inside the 40. 39, Eufaula driving him back. Finally, they're going to stop. But it'll be a first down. 6 yard gain on that play and a first down for the Dolphins. 8:52, the clock stops momentarily while they move the chains here in the third quarter. 28-0, the Dolphins lead. First possession of the second half. The Tigers allowed a 14-yard scramble on 3rd and 9 by the quarterback, Doug, when it looked like the Tiger defense might force a 3 and out. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of Eufaula. Clock back in motion, running at 8:30 and counting here in the third. Harris calls for and takes the shotgun snap. He's going to fake it. No, he hands it to Wilson. He faked me out that time. Wilson, the Tiger defense rallies to the football that time, and they stop him for a 2 yard loss.
A good job by the defense. 2nd down and 12 now.
Yeah, I think there's been some changes along the front. I see Simmons in there. Did not see him in the first half, but I see Parker in there on the D-line. They got good penetration that time. 2 yard loss.
He plays on the offensive line, too. I guess they're just trying to give him a break, but they got to have it. All hands on deck.
2nd and 12. They actually have Royal at quarterback. He runs a Wildcat. He picks up some yardage that time, but short gain, about a 5 yard gain. Will bring up 3rd down and a long 7. That is a tough 1-2 punch. Royal and Wilson. They bring Harris back to quarterback. Royal will be in the slot to the left this time. Wilson flanks the quarterback. Harris to his right. That's been the only 3 ball carriers tonight for Gulf Shores so far. It's been Wilson, and he'll get it here at left guard. He's breaking tackles, and finally we'll bring him down, but not before. He's going to be right at the first down marker. He ran kind of jitterbugged right through the center of the Eufaula defense, Doug, and it looked like we might tackle him after a 2 or 3 yard gain, but he kept his feet, kept driving, and he picked up a first down. He needed 7. He got 7. Straight up the middle, nothing fancy. Just a straight give up the middle. Clock continues to run as we roll under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Going to hand it off up the middle. Wilson makes a man miss. We just flagged at him. We reached out, we grabbed him around the shoulder, and just let him go into the end zone for a touchdown. Doug, I missed the yard line on that. Was that the 28-yard line? I think it was a 28-yard touchdown run by Wilson. And I'm just telling you, we have not been sure tacklers for the most part a lot of the year, and we weren't on that play.
Another long carry, 28 yards. That's his 4th touchdown of the night.
His 31st of the season.
202 yards on the night rushing.
10 plays, 65 yards, 35-0. 6:39. That took 5 minutes and 21 seconds. But I'm just telling you, you remember there was a game, Doug, I think it was a faith game, the Tigers scored on the last 5 possessions of the game. We were very impressed by that. Gulf Shores, not counting the last drive of the first half when they took over with less than a minute to go, they have scored on 5 straight possessions to start the game.
I don't think they punted yet, so
they haven't.
We've had a third and long several times, but they always seem to pull it out. So 35-0 with 6:39 to go here in the third quarter of play.
Eufaula coming into this game 10-3 on the season. They had a good season making this run to the semifinals, but looks like the Tigers season will end tonight. Barring some miraculous comeback with only 18:39 left to go here in this game. There's a kickoff. It's going to be a high kick that's going to come down to Sakai Steele at the 4-yard line. Steele brings it back up the near side. He's going to break to the outside. A little runner this time for Steele. I'm sorry, it's Aurelia Slaughter on that one. Slaughter crosses the 30 to the 35, 36-yard line. So about a 32-yard return on that kickoff return by the senior wide receiver, Aurelia Slaughter.
Gulf Shores has a player down on the kickoff.
This will just be the 6th possession of the night for Eufaula. 6:31 to go in the third. If you tuned in late, Eufaula had 2 goal-to-go situations. One first and goal from the 1 first and goal from the 3. Tigers have 0 points on the board. No turnovers on the night for Eufaula, but unable to punch it in against this stingy Gulf Shores defense. When we resume play, they haven't spotted the ball, I guess, because of the wet field conditions, but Eufaula should have it first and 10 from the 36-yard line when we resume play. Players still down on the field. I tell you, I don't know if Jimmy can see. Jimmy, did you see what happened down there? I don't know if Jimmy's listening. I guess I was about to take a break or go to Jimmy.
Jimmy, could you see what happened down there on that play?
Yeah, same thing that happened to the official. He just came and planted his leg buckled, looking at his knee, number 7. Didn't look good, but I don't know. You know, these kids are tough nowadays, so they're a lot more elastic than we are.
That was number 7 on that play, and I couldn't tell if it was 7 or 1. 7 is the outstanding sophomore linebacker, Michael Garrett, for them. 6'2", 205-pound sophomore. Pretty much so plays linebacker for them full time, but a very good-looking ball player is that sophomore Garrett. It'll be first and 10 for the Tigers from the 36-yard line. Motion. It'll be a give up the middle. Harris, I believe. We'll see. Breaking the line of scrimmage.
New Jersey. It's the number 2.
It's going to be a Torian Slaughter. 6 yards on that first play by Torian Slaughter. Slaughter with a good burst up the middle. He is a sophomore for Eufaula. He will flank the quarterback, Anderson, to his right. Motion by Steele. They'll fake it. It's going to be Anderson keeping it up the middle. And he's going to be bulldogged down about the 48-yard line, but it'll be good enough for 6 yards. 6 yards and a Tiger first down. Like a little extracurricular activity down there, Doug. I can't tell what happened, but it's a 6-yard gain and a first down for Eufaula. It's just unfortunate. I did not hear the totals on offense for the Tigers in the first half, but the Tigers over 100 yards in the first half, but no points to show for it.
And again, I don't know why we play when we're on offense.
What's that?
The band.
Yeah. 2-yard gain on a completion to Mitchell. Some talented seniors for the Tigers probably playing their final game tonight. Browning Anderson, who's gone all the way at quarterback this year for the Tigers, about 2,300 yards passing coming into tonight's game. Lakeviante Pugh, a good career for the Tigers. Antron Mitchell, Red Harris. Really a slaughter if you look across the offense there. We'll try to get some other ones as we move along with about 17 minutes to go. They're going to hand it off inside to Jalen Wright, and he's going to be hit for a loss of a yard on that play.
They're just loading up 6, 7 men at the line and meeting us in the backfield as soon as
4:50 and counting here in the third quarter. 35-0, Tigers trail. Jalen Wright, the sophomore, in with Browning Anderson on 3rd and 9. They do drop back into coverage this time. Anderson's going to flush. He's going to throw it late, and nobody's there. But I think he was outside the tackle box. No, they're going to call the intentional grounding.
He threw it past the line of scrimmage.
He did put it across the line of scrimmage, but was he outside the tackle box is the question.
They're going to call a penalty. He was 50, I think, on us.
He was way past the hash mark, so I don't know.
So they're calling a personal foul. Called a personal foul. Personal foul against us, and I think Charles saw it. So, and he says it's a legitimate penalty.
No, he said it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No.
Probably was a lineman upset or something.
Well, I mean, you can continue to block until the whistle's blown, and that's what I saw. He did still blocking.
So that'll cost the Tigers 15 yards on that. So they will punt. That'll be a 4 and out for the Tigers. 4:30. Royal stands back at his 39-yard line waiting on this punt. Tigers cannot let down. They've done a good job of keeping the ball away from him tonight. It's going to be a good punt. It's going to be kind of a tail dragger that's going to hit. It's going to take a Eufaula roll. It's going to roll down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. So Anderson's done a good job, but when he has kicked it straight, he's got enough hang time that Royal has not been able to field it and do anything with it.
No, but when they hand it to him, he sure can. My goodness. Still, they were able to manage that first drive, taking it all the way down. Let's just see if the Tiger defense can get a stop for change tonight. 35-0, 4:16 to go in the third quarter of play. They're short a man on the field. 2-1 on the play clock. Runs out.
They burned the timeout.
We'll take a timeout, too. We'll be back after this commercial timeout.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to...
Hey, we're back at Gulf Shores. 4:16 to go here in the third quarter. First and 10 for Gulf Shores at the 27. It's going to be Royal flipping the right side. Broken tackle in the backfield. He's finally going to be tackled for a 2-yard loss at the 25. Kid not on the far side of the field. Could not see the number of the Tiger who made that play. I think it would not have been Jave Williams who was coming from his linebacker position. It's going to be a loss of a yard, as it turns out, on that play. But you thought they did a good job just stringing it out. There's been one primary play when they run the butt sweep and put it back inside off tackle that's really hurt the Tigers tonight. The wide stuff, for the most part, we've done a good job stringing out, Doug.
Yeah, I was watching. We're trying to adjust on defense, or he's calling for, but I don't see anybody moving.
They hand it off up the middle again, and this time we're going to bring him down after a gain of about 4 yards. It'll be
Royal?
Hard to say. I think it was the Royal.
All right, well, 4 yards. He's been bouncing around right at 100 yards. I've got him for 101
No, I'm sorry. That was Wilson. I said, thinking one thing, said another. Royals put out here. He is in the middle of a trip receivers to the field side, to the wide side left. Third down, 7 yards to go for Gulf Shores. As they motion the tight end back across to the right, they will hand it off to Wilson, who he's going to be hit. But he breaks a couple of tackles, takes it across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Look, that's a gain of 11 yards on third down. They're 100% down tonight. We haven't been tracking the third downs. We have not stopped them one time tonight on third down. They've converted 3rd and 9, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 7. That was an 11-yard run on 3rd and 7. Third down conversions for an entire game. Going to hand it off once again to Wilson. He's running up the middle. He's breaking tackles. He'll be up near midfield, about the 49-yard line. They'll give him a gain of 8 on that play. The final between Gulf Shores and Charles Henderson 2 weeks ago was 41-0. Last week it was 35-14 at Headland. Gulf Shores looking to go 3-0 against region number 2 here in the postseason. On a second down, they're going to hand on reverse. It's going to be Royal around the left side. And a good hustle play by Jave Williams. Jave coming from linebacker, stayed with him. It is going to be a first down to the 39-yard line, but Williams saved a touchdown there. What was the gain on that? I lost track of the line of scrimmage. 9-yard gain on that play, but Jave Williams finished a touchdown as everyone else seemed to be faked out on that. It was a reverse. They faked it to Wilson up the middle, the play that's been hurting the Tigers, handed it to Royal on a reverse around the left side. And fortunately for the Tigers, Jave was able to make the tackle. 1st and 10, looking to throw. They're going to throw it deep. They have a man there. It's going to be they're going to throw a penalty, I think, on Eufaula as that pass was uncatchable. And Royal comes up limping here. Wouldn't that be something if one of their main guys, Wilson or Royal, goes down with an injury that prevents them from playing in the state championship game next week? Throwing the ball to the end zone up 35-0. What a class act. Kenny Edenfield and this coaching staff is. Hudspeth.
I tell you, the quarterback shot on that one too, and was very, very slow getting up.
First and 10 after the 15-yard penalty. Quarterback's rolling out to his right, looking to throw again. He's going to throw it down the middle. It's going to be, it should have been picked off. The Tigers broke on it and unable to come up with the interception down inside the 5-yard line. Nice play by the defensive back. Because of the dirt on the jerseys, we can't even make out the number of the Tigers now at this point. So it's going to be an incomplete pass. So it'll be second down and 10. Second and 10 from the 24-yard line. They blow the whistles, and they're going to call a legal procedure against Gulf Shores.
Under a minute to play in the third quarter now. That'll back them up 5. Second and, we'll say 15.
From the 29-yard line, Royal is staying in the game. He's in the slot to the right. But you wonder in this situation that they substituted quite a bit against Headland when it was at this juncture of the game. They have yet to do so here against Eufaula. Going to hand it off to Wilson around the right end. Tigers track him down in the backfield. He's still on his feet and finally going to be tackled after a loss of a yard or so.
Long third down again. Tigers have had them third and long 2, maybe 3 times tonight at least, and they've converted every one.
So 3rd and 16 to go. The first down would be at the 14-yard line. So it's 3rd and 16 from the 30-yard line of Eufaula. Play clock is at 9. The game clock's at 13. So they will have to snap it here. Quarterback draw. Quarterback is going to pick up pretty good yardage. He's gonna go down short of his first down, though, about 5 yards short. Solo tackle once again. Can't tell. I believe it was going to be Tony Coleman on that tackle, but got 11 of what they needed on that quarterback draw. I tell you what, the quarterback is a freshman. He's shown some pretty good speed in this game, Doug. Judd Harris in the running game.
Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with fourth quarter play right after this.
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700. When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies,
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance.
Scott, trying a field goal here on fourth down. It would be a 36-yard attempt from the left hash. Kicks up. Kick looks to be good, and it is good. So 38-0 with 11:52 to go in the first play of the fourth quarter. 36-yard field goal is good to make the new score 38-0. 8-play drive. Started back at the 27-yard line. They just moved it downfield. They were aided by a penalty, but first time they have a scored touchdown, but they're still perfect on scoring points.
I can stop it yet. That's one thing. We got a very good young group. It's drawing a lot of attention, and everybody's saying Tigers in a year. You know, we didn't realize it was going to be this year too, but year, especially 2 years, great group out there in the field. But we got to find some defense. We got a lot of offense. We got to find some defensive players.
I feel offenses are a lot more complicated now than they were, 45 years ago. There's a low kick.
Field right there.
Tigers. Give the Tigers a good field position at the 35-yard line. But it's still amazing to me, Doug, what the 1978 state championship team was able to do in Eufaula, giving up a total of less than 40 points for the entire season, including the playoffs.
I was on that team. I forgot what it was, 32 or 35. It was less than what's been scored tonight.
Right. That's just amazing. It was a 13-game season, if I'm remembering right back then. Is that right?
I think we only had 8 regular season.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
Y'all are showing your age.
Been a lot of football since then.
Then we throw the fade route to really slaughter, and it's incomplete.
They were not on the same page. I don't even think they were in the same book on that play.
It did not fool anyone because Gulf Shores was sitting back ready for it, that pass play, and we went to the to slaughter on a kind of a fade. It's not really a go route; it was a fade route that time, and the defensive back has a size advantage. Quite a bit of a size advantage. They're going to throw again. They're going to throw it over the middle. It's caught by Antron Mitchell at the 41-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6 on that play. On that pass play, bring up 3rd down and 4 for Eufaula. Nice throw that time by Browning Anderson.
About a 6-yard gain there.
It's going to be 3rd and 4. 11:25. The clock running here in the third quarter. Good traveling crowd tonight for Eufaula that came down here, Doug. I was looking at the bleachers when I went down at halftime, and a good crowd. Anderson rolling out. He has some pressure, but he has some running room. If he'll decide to run it, he will run it. He'll cross midfield, take it into Gulf Shores territory to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a 14-yard run on the scramble for Browning Anderson. That'll move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 Eufaula with 11 minutes to go here in the game. Rather than 38-0.
Harris checks out. Slaughter checks back in and running back.
It'll be Slaughter of the middle. He is going to run right into the teeth of the defense. He'll pick up 2 yards, but it's a hard-earned 2 yards on that play by the sophomore running back. $10:30 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Long trip to Gulf Shores for the Tiger faithful. It was a good traveling crowd here. Made their way down here. Going to throw the flare out of the backfield. Nice catch by Jalen Wright, but even better defense by Gulf Shores as they rallied the football and forced that to, we'll say no gain on that play.
Yeah, they had a blitzing corner that came very close to a huge shot on our running back, and he was able to sidestep him a little bit, but lost his balance. Or he could have kept his feet. There wasn't nobody else down the sideline. Brings up third and about 8.
Trip receivers to the wide side.
How does our band play?
They're going to the late count. They jumped in the neutral zone with no flags on this play. 3rd and 8 from the 43-yard line.
Both bands playing, and Eufaula has to take a timeout. I don't understand that. I understand theirs, but makes it hard to hear. So with 9:29 to go, the Tigers take a timeout. Let's go out to Jimmy on the sideline and see what's going on the sideline. Jimmy, take it away.
Hey, on defense, that last series, it looked like we found something on defense. Good combination, and then on offense right here, they're trying to stretch it out wide and stretch them out a little bit and try to do something a little bit different, trying to get them in a little different formation. But something interesting, number 7, I haven't seen him back on the field since that. Well, he just came back on, so the one that hurt his knee on the kickoff.
Yeah, he's out there on the left side, lined up at defensive end. I know he's a linebacker, but they just walk him up in a stand-up defensive end position.
Front. No linebacker. They're coming.
You know, you would think a little pop pass over the middle, but we don't even have a tight end. We've got 4 wide receivers. I'm sorry. It looks like something straight up over the middle, and we throw an interception. They baited us into it, and we throw an interception, the first turnover of the night for the Tigers, and they're going to run it all the way back down to the 21-yard line. So interception on 3rd and 8. It was intercepted about the 35-yard line. Gulf Shores return. Nice return on that. $36 yards on the interception return. And Gulf Shores will bring the offense back out. 9:17 to go here. Gulf Shores perfect on scoring tonight, except running out the clock at the end of the first half. New quarterback in the game. He's going to throw the ball on first down. He's going to a nice shoestring tackle for the Tigers. We'll check the number there, as I believe it was Thomas. No, it's Comer. Alex Comer, I believe, up out of the secondary to make that tackle. So a gain of 3 on that play. 2nd and 7. They're going to hand it off. It's Royal still in the game, running to his left. He's going to take it to the 16-yard line. So a gain of 2 on that play. Brings up 3rd down. 3rd and we'll call it a long 5. 3rd and 5 from the 16. The first down would come about the 11. And Gulf Shores perfect on 3rd down conversions tonight. The Tigers looking to stop them on a 3rd down for the first time in this game with 8:11 to go in the fourth quarter. It'll be Royal that flanks the quarterback to his right. They shift the H-back tight end into the block on the left, and Royal takes it around the left side. He's up the sidelines. He's spinning down near the end zone. He's going to go down at the 1 yard line. So 15 yards. 3rd and 5. He picks up 15.
Third down.
Doug, I can never remember a team being perfect on 3rd down conversions for an entire game.
In the last one, they had to.
That's right. I'm sorry. Correct me. Thank you. It felt that way. They didn't kick the field goal.
And stop scoring yet.
They haven't stopped them from scoring. You're right. 38-0. 1st and goal from the 1. They're going to take and hand it off, and the Tigers going to stack him up, but he falls into the end zone for the touchdown. 7:21 to go here in the 4th quarter. They capitalized on the turnover. We talked about the fact they had done that all season long, and the Tigers finally turned it over on the interception after a 36-yard return. It was Wilson for his 4th touchdown or 5th touchdown of the night.
Oh, I had Broyle on that carry. So
Maybe it was Royal. I thought it was Wilson, but maybe it was Royal.
1 yard carry.
So either way.
If it's Royal, it was his 2nd. If it's Wilson, it's his 5th. Well, the Tigers come down here, made a long trip in the rain, and ran into a buzzsaw. Just defensively, hasn't done anything. Been ugly, but you know what? For what was supposed to be a rebuilding year, you make it to the final 4 teams in the state. You know, they've done a good job. It's good to see an old Eufaula Tiger stop by and see us up here tonight. Is Brad Sanders is in attendance tonight, and he come by to see us. And, we appreciate him coming by and speaking. And good to see him.
There's a kickoff. It's going to come down at the 7-yard line, bringing it up the middle, breaking into the open field, and going to be tackled about the 38-yard line. Look like it might be the best opportunity for the Tigers to score here, as it was Aurelia Slaughter, who's had a couple of really nice kick returns here in the second half. One to the 36-yard line, and that one out to the 38-yard line. So a really nice return by Aurelius. The Tigers will take it for their 8th possession with 7:11 to go in the 4th quarter of play.
Number 24 going out at running back. Like a new, and McCoy is going to be in at quarterback.
Yeah, the Tigers have substituted more on the in the backfield than Gulf Shores has. Going to head off to right. No, it's going to be a keeper by Ty McCoy, the freshman. Takes it forward for about 4 yards. 7 minutes as the clock rolls, under 7 to go in the 4th. A lot of new jerseys in for the Tigers. Brandon Anderson, fine senior year quarterback after playing 2 years at wide receiver. Tron Mitchell checking out, maybe for the last time as he comes to the sidelines. Coach is going to give him a hug as he comes off at probably the last play in the Tigers red and white.
They blitzed so fast, they were off sides, but no flag.
Jalen Wright running hard, but he's going to lose the 4 yards gained by McCoy, and it'll be 3rd and 10. 7:22 and counting here in the 4th quarter. 45-0. The Tigers
blitzing
trail.
Like that, starter's still out there. It'd be a cold handshake if it was mine crossing that field after this game.
Well, they've got a sprinkling of starters in there. They have substituted some, but they don't have Royal in there anymore. 7, the guy who was in
all out blitz.
Yeah, but they did bring all out blitz. So 3rd and 10. McCoy looking to throw. He's going to throw a wide receiver screen, and nothing doing there as that play's going to lose 3 yards.
We got away with a lineman downfield anyway, so.
Well, it was thrown behind the line of scrimmage,
okay.
But It's going to be a 3 and out for the young Tigers as Anderson does come in to punt it away. Anderson's jersey, I don't know if when he comes off, if Charles can put the camera on it, but it's completely covered in brown dirt on the backside. He has had a rough night, under duress all night long. They will bring Royal in to return this punt. Clock is stopped.
We just took a timeout.
Timeout with 5:07 to go here in the fourth. And even though they had substituted at quarterback, he was they still had Royal and Wilson in there running the ball in that last possession. Because it's really interesting here in the fourth quarter that they've continued to play such a heavy dose of starters.
Yeah, and I was looking. I think we had to take the time out there because when you got a lot of folks, we see some trying to come in from the far end. Mitchell is going back in. He just stepped out there. I think. When you're out of the game and you think you've been taken out on the winning side or losing side and you're done for the night and you get over there on the sideline, you don't pay attention. Special teams goes out there. A lot of times somebody's not covering for you on special teams.
Right.
So the Tigers take a time out there.
So
to get 11 out there.
The Tigers have a lapse here. Royals certainly capable of taking it all the way back for a house call. So 5:07 to go here in this game. The Tigers punting from their 35-yard line on 4th and 13. Mitchell goes across the formation. Henderson will punt it away. It's going to be a low kick. Fortunately, it takes a kind of a neutral bounce, though, and the Tigers will down at the 34-yard line. Still, no return yards in this game for Royal. The only one he touched, he touched two, actually. One was a good tackle by Jave Williams, and the other was a fumble, a muff. And that really kind of told the tale, Doug. I mean, we got the ball early in this game at their 1-yard line after the muff punt and unable to get any points from 1 yard out. Just a tough way to get started here. And the Tigers are going to come up well short here in the state semis, but the Tigers making the state semifinals for the first time in quite a while. Handoff up the middle. Someone other than Royal and Wilson, but not a lot difference on the result as he dipped inside and went to the outside, takes it up to midfield. Gain of 17 on that play. They will mark him at the 49, so not quite 17 on that play, but first down either way. Gulf Shores has yet to punt in this football game. Clock running with 4:40 to go. Going to hand it off, straight give, dive up the middle. He follows there to bring him down after a gain of a yard on the play.
Number 26 for the Dolphins.
4:15 and counting here. And this is a pretty early game. It's 9:09 Central Time, Doug. That's the only consolation prize with 4 hours to go home.
At least it hadn't rained on us yet.
True. No rain tonight. It was predicted we'd have rain during this game, and we haven't had any. Hard running up the middle as he's kept his feet and finally going to be tackled up near the first down. The first down we come at the 41-yard line of Eufaula. As the Eufaula band plays the Party Rock anthem. They're going to spot it down. Where they spot it?
My goodness, it's a spot.
Yeah, they gave him a great spot. They're going to give him a first down. They said, why not? Why not? Let's give him a first down on that run. Let's say
I looked at 8 yards at the 42-yard.
Yeah, they moved it forward.
Yard short. Then I wrote the yardage down, looked back up, and it's inside the 40.
Yeah, they moved it forward. What changed from the time he got tackled till they spotted it down? I have no idea. That back is running really hard. You said it's number 26.
It was 26 a minute ago, but it's still the same young man. It looked like, their numbers are hard to pick up. But I want to say
That's Jameer Alcius. He is a sophomore, 5'8", 145, but I'm telling you, he runs really hard with a lot of forward body lean. Picked up 6 on that last play. 2:34 and counting. The only suspense here is will Gulf Shores get over the half-century mark. Alcius around left end once again. He's going to take it down to about the 32-yard line. The first down would come at the 31. 3 yards on that gain. 2:10 and counting here. Tell you what, Doug, I'm not sure as far as the Tigers being shut out in the playoffs. I know it happened. I know it happened in 2003. Tigers went to McAdory and got shut out 30-0 that night in McAdory. If memory serves, I could be wrong. I don't think the team that lost to Hueytown in 2012. I think they even scored.
Very slow. A lot of folks using the internet.
Handoff to Alcius up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 1.
All right, so.
Yeah, they just announced that Gulf Shores will be representing the South in Bryant-Denny for the state championship game. With 1:11 to go in the game, is that a little premature, Doug? I mean, you know. Anyway, 2nd and 9 from the 30. Got to find humor where you can, right? So, 2nd and 9 from the 30. They're still running the ball here. No big three formation. They'll hand it off. He's going to run up the middle. Tiger's going to stack him up there, and he'll go down at the 28.
September the 10th, 2021 was the last time Tigers were shut out.
Shut out, period. Okay. So, with 34 seconds on the game clock, 27 seconds on the play clock, there'll be one more snap in this one, and it will come to a merciful end as the Tiger faithful stand up, getting ready to filter out of here tonight. Not the Tigers' night, 45-0. Looked like the Tigers were going to score early in the first quarter after they had first and goal from the 1, unable to convert. First and goal from the 3, unable to convert. There's a handoff up the middle to Alcius on the final play. 3 seconds to go. He'll pick up 3 yards. That'll end it. 45-0. The Tigers come up short here in the semifinals. That'll end the season at 10-4. I guess we'll keep it here for a moment just to hear final comments from Coach Jernigan as he's been so gracious to provide the post-game interviews. Won't be the kind of interview he wanted tonight.
Central Phoenix City. They beat us 33-0.
Yeah, that was up at Central, so that was a tough place to go play. And the Tigers did lose that game a couple years back. But that was after the Tigers had defeated Central the year before in Eufaula. So tonight, kind of disappointing. Tigers thought they'd have a better showing down here after the Tigers were able to handle Faith like they did in Eufaula. But not the Tigers' night defensively. Is the only thing that prevented Gulf Shores from being perfect, scoring every time. They never punted, was the end of the first half and the end of the second half. Tigers' defense stopped them and forced them to a field goal one time, but never prevented Gulf Shores from scoring tonight.
I want to say a big thank you to all our sponsors that stood up with us this year. Next year, we look for bigger and better things. We were able to bring it to a lot of the games online and video, audio this past year, and we look to maybe do it through the playoffs next year as we'll be making some changes and bringing kind of stepping it up even further. Also, I didn't have anybody to answer to this year, but I appreciate Tracy and Cindy and John Wayne's family, all allowing them to get away and turn loose of the spouse for a little time on Friday nights. We appreciate that. Let's go down to Jimmy and talk to Coach Jernigan.
Hey, get to the band.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Jimmy got you, Jimmy. Go ahead, Jimmy. He's got so many folks around him, I don't know that he can hear. Jimmy, we're down to you, Jimmy. He ain't even looking up this way.
He's still talking.
Oh.
Well, we had the delay. He kind of doing a little house journey, and he's kind of make sure the team it gets on off the field.
Yeah, they're coming over to do the alma mater thing one more time this year.
He's going to go over Coach Jernigan. We got a minute longer. It'll be interesting to see if this is on the field. They're 14-0, Doug. It'll be interesting to see when history finally all settles out if all these wins end up counting for posterity's sake.
Trying to bait me into saying it, didn't I?
I'm just saying that everyone who can read or pay attention to high school football in the state of Alabama knows that there's been some controversy brewing down this way. And it's not hard to find if you just Google Gulf Shores high school football.
Well, all they got to do is win one more game. I look at it the same way as a few years ago. Well, last year, Saraland was kind of in the same situation. They're winning. They probably won tonight. But, if they're winning, they're not going to say much. If something happens and they lose, don't be surprised if they go back and have to change the win-loss total. But you know what? It doesn't do the Tigers or anybody else that they've.
I agree. But a private school that recruits like Faith or like UMS Wright or like St. Paul's or McGill-Toolen, they have to count 1.35 students for the student count.
I said that a couple of weeks ago when we played Faith. I think it is totally unfair to Faith and UMS Wright and some in that situation. But, our leaders have not found them guilty. So I guess we got to give them the benefit of the doubt for now.
Yeah, I guess so. And Coach Jernigan came back across with I don't know if they give some type of plaque or something for making the semifinals, but he has some hardware in his hands, and they actually filmed it. So I'm not sure if Jimmy's still down there, if he's going to try to find him.
He tried to walk over to him. I don't think Coach Jernigan's up for an interview. Well, he is now. We'll take it down to Jimmy now.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
All right. What you got, Coach? How you feel about it?
First off, I want to thank the seniors. This whole season has been unbelievable, and I can't do it without these seniors. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to thank the seniors and thank all my coaches. It's been a wonderful year. We came up short tonight, but last year I said that the seniors set the tone, but this year seniors, they really set the tone. No one thought we'd be here. No one thought we'd be here. They fought all year. So I'm so proud of the seniors and proud of the whole team.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Yeah, we appreciate his sentiments down there. I mean, he makes a good point, Doug. Nobody thought, including us, nobody thought that Eufaula would be playing in the 14th week of the season.
11-4, especially after that first week.
10-4, but
we're 10-4. I'm sorry. Yeah. You're right. It looks awful good. We didn't get respect from the whole state all year, but Eufaula was one of the Final Four teams in it.
And some big wins. A big win. I mean, that win 2 weeks ago at home against Faith. On the road last week at Demopolis. I mean, just a gut check win last week at Demopolis. But tonight, they ran into a buzzsaw. I mean, we knew that this would take a perfect effort from Eufaula. And not punching that one in early really hurt the Tigers. I don't know if we win either way, but it would certainly change the complexion of the game.
Absolutely. We'll slow it down a little bit. That was big early, and when they was able to come back, bam, bam, and put up 14 points, you could almost see the wind out of the sail for the Tigers. But just unfortunate for the Tigers. But next year looks bright, and we'll, God willing, the creek don't rise. We'll have it for you.
Yeah, hopefully so. And as we wrap up, Lord knows what year. I started doing this back in 1994. We did have a few year hiatus, but we've been back up and running here for a few years now. Lose track of time, Doug. But
we had some hiatuses on maybe Eufaula, but Well,
I know you continue to plug along down there in
It's been
Dothan.
a lot of years.
Yeah. So
And we were talking last night, and you know, really it's true. When John Wayne's with the crew and Charles and you and I, it's getting up close to 200 years of Eufaula football between the four of us. So seen a few things, and we appreciate the people tuning in every week. And it's like last week, and games like that when people come up to you, for me anyway. They come up to you and say, "Man, I was at a cookout, or I was sitting in the backyard, or we were in the house, and I was sitting on the edge of my seat, and I went ballistic when Cooper kicked the field goal or something." I mean, that makes it all worthwhile.
It really does. I'm gonna tell you, I've had many people over the years talk about it, and I will talk about real quick the late Greg Faison. He told me that years ago, back when he through the fall, of course, he's gone on now, but he said that he used to sit out on his back porch and light up a stogie and listen to us call the ball game. And so
we used to have folks sit up at Lake Point, sit around the fire, and call in all the time.
Right.
And I'm sure that a lot of them still do, or maybe sitting on the couch in front of YouTube or something now.
Right.
But times have changed. But we appreciate everybody doing that. And we're just glad to bring it to you.
Yeah. So Tigers do wrap up the 2023 season, finished 10-4 on the year. They bow out here in the state semifinals. Interestingly enough, the last time the Tigers played in the semifinals down in this part of the state, they came up short against Jamarcus Russell and Williamson back in 1999, 24 years ago. But Tigers on the short end of this one, they lose to Gulf Shores. That'll complete the 2023 season. For John Wayne Robinson, Jimmy Simmons, Charles Irvin, Doug Applin, I'm Keith Bryan, wishing a good night, a great weekend, and a good off season. Go Tigers.